continue a new campaign, Season of Ghosts. Um, I'm calling it the Thursday group or Campaign 2. You guys should eventually come up with a cooler name. You don't want to be thought of as number 2, right? So okay, so we're gonna do a round of introductions. Okay, so this is Season of Ghosts. I'm really excited to run this campaign. It is like the most praised adventure path that Paizo has published, and that is illustrious company. And I uh, uh, what else should I say? It is set in not Japan, not China, in Galarian. It's set in Shenmen, which is a land where a lot of ghosts persist, and a lot of small villages have traditions like this one does, Willow Shore. It's a pretty out-of-the-way town village of about 230 people, where they have a tradition called the Season of Ghosts, because the ghosts tend to harass and haunt and kidnap people starting in the summer. And so every year, the first day of summer, actually the night before the first day of summer, uh, the Willow Shore gets together, has a festival, but they also pretend that several of their own are being kidnapped by the ghosts, and they even pretend to mourn and wail about the loss of their people in order to try to fool the spirits into thinking that their village has already been targeted. Our group of abductees, quote unquote, will be the members of our party. That is how things will begin. But first, I'd like to say hello to our players. So, I'm going to start with the top. And so just say whatever you'd like about yourself briefly. And then first say your character's name so I can find you on the screen. And actually ping yourself. So Andy, why don't you ping yourself on this map of Willow Shore? Okay,
Sure,
cool.
sure. Yep, I'm playing Yui Murray.
Okay, so whatever you'd like about yourself, and then tell us the basics of your character.
Okay.
Actually, just the very basics, just ancestry and class. That's it, and we'll get into more later.
So my name is Andy. I am big into Minecraft. I play a lot of Minecraft. Make mod packs. And for work, I work on submersible vehicles.
Oh.
I'm playing an elven psychic named Yui Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. And then next is Onyx.
Hi, I'm Onyx. I hope Andrew. Either or work. Been playing TTRPGs for a while. Do a little bit. Do everything else game wise. There's a bunch of games you'll see me either chat about or play. Doesn't really matter. I'll try anything at least once. Any game at least once. Most games at least once. There's one game that's currently not on mine that I'm not at liberty to say. People that know the dark side of role-playing games know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, the darkest of the dark? Well, there's actually two things competing for that title, maybe.
There's one that...
Does it have 5 letters in its name?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Well.
I might do a stream of making characters in that. One of my many ideas in my casual era. Cool. Well, you definitely are playing a wide variety of role-playing games.
Yep. I mean, I'm playing in Ron's Bloodlord games. You'll always see me anytime I have a chance to about Ron trying Lancer out or some other games out.
Okay. Cool. And can you ping yourself on the map?
Yep. I'm playing... I don't know. I need to change the token name. But I am playing Hyro Pulaway Vakti, a Wei Yang commander.
Okay. And where are you on the map?
Oop, let me reping.
Down
by
by
W12.
All right.
By W12.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. All right. A Hawaiian Commander. Still a playtest class, but of course, when it's published this summer, you'll get to respec. Not respec. Update it.
Update it, yeah. I mean, I am a Paizo subscriber, so fingers crossed I get it early.
All right. Okay, next is the letter H. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm still learning, everybody.
So that would be me, I
Yes.
assume. My name's Daniel. The username is Chaos Emulator.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to say it. Daniel's fine. This is my first time playing Pathfinder. I've played
Alright.
Call of Cthulhu and Dungeons and Dragons in the past. And I will be playing a Leshy fighter
Mhm.
named Blossoms Falling.
Excellent. Alright. Next on my screen is Jimmy.
Yes, hi. I'm Jimmy. I'm in New York. Tech industry. Games wise, I play a lot of board games. I used to play a lot of there I am. I used to play a lot of fifth edition in terms of role playing. Now a lot of Pathfinder as a GM though mostly, so I don't play a lot. This will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I am playing Li Toshua, a human ranger. I am the token human in the party.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And next is what's your character's name?
My character's name is Arata Karasu.
Okay, Arata Karasu. Okay.
And I am basically right next door.
Okay.
Someone might also need to fix their token name.
Oh,
you
yeah,
wish.
my token name is also different. How do I
All right.
edit this? Let me do that.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah. So they are a Tengu exemplar.
Mm-hmm.
And I am Snydermon. Very big Digimon enthusiast. And also VTuber. I have played quite a bit of different tabletop RPGs. I got my start in a little, I guess it would be an indie game called U Realms, which was sort of a parody of D&D Forgotten Realms, based around like the idea of one shots. Like you'd make a character out of like a deck of cards. And the idea was you'd go through like a complete adventure in a night. Very, very fun idea. Never really got off the ground, but I transitioned from that to actual 5e. And from there got into even more games. Pathfinder 2e, which is probably my favorite of the bunch I'm playing right now, but also playing Cypher. Played a few World of Darkness games. So yeah, happy to try anything and excited to try this. So.
Did you say your? I'm sorry. Did you say your class yet?
Yes, I'm playing an exemplar.
Okay, great. Okay, and lastly, Tajiri.
Yeah, we heard Jimmy.
Thanks, great.
Okay. So, my name is Craig. This is my second campaign with Ronald. I just finished up Quest for the Frozen Flame not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing Pathfinder 2nd Edition since it released, and was really into the organized play scene back then. I am playing Tajiri. Tajiri is an animist, oh gosh, now I forgot what the subclass was called. Seer. And in addition, he is in fact a single father of a young man by the name of Satoshi, who is a musical prodigy, very good with the fiddle in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically he is trying to be the best father that he can be. His wife died just 2 years ago, as of this game starting. So obviously that's still fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing the best that he can as a single father, and while also hearing voices that no one else can hear. That's great.
Yes, as an animist.
As an animist, yes. He can hear the spirits.
Always a good sign.
Hey, Craig, you're there's like a buzz sound whenever you talk. I don't know if if it's selecting the correct microphone.
Okay.
Yeah. But do any of your characters know each other? Have any pre-existing, or is our adventure going to start with you all kind of knowing each other it's a small town. Everyone kind of
Yeah, I mean that's
recognizes
how it
each
sounds
other.
like in the character talk. Like
Yeah.
Pyro kind of just does odd jobs at night. Be it, hey, if you leave a broken thing in little like box they have outside their house, they will repair it for you. They tend to just do everything at night, just because you can't have the city sleep all the time, so someone's got to do things like repairing stuff in the middle of the night, patching people up in the middle of the night. So there's a good chance that anyone's met any Hyro. Or if anyone's worked with, let me get his name. I had it written down. I just completely forgot. Kawaka, one of the guild leaders, like a guild leader over in the industrial district. Hyro actively works with them and is totally not trying to start a union.
Okay.
I think Tajiri and Yui might actually know each other because they both worship Daikitsu.
Sounds about right. I remember we talked about that.
Yeah, so it's just and of course Tajiri lives pretty close to the shrine of the 9-year shrine, which is the local shrine of Daikitsu, who is the patron goddess of kitsune and rice and other things. But
for my part, I believe I've mentioned it in character talk, but as my character is a pretty young dude, I don't think he'd probably, if he really knew anyone, it would probably be like Satoshi more than other people there. But I think at the very least, considering my character's fairly fantastical origins, I think people would have heard that story even if they haven't like talked to me.
All right. And while we're talking about it, I mean, since everyone knows your somewhat fantastical origins, I'm trying to pull you up here. Why don't you, it's just part of everyone's basic Willow Shore lore. Tell us what people know about Arata. And, yeah.
Well, a little over 18 years ago, a snow white wolf would have walked into town carrying a bundle of fabric, and would have walked up to very specifically the Eternal Lantern, and just left that bundle of fabric there. And when people checked it out, there would have been
the Eternal Lantern is a lit lantern in the town that wards off the ghosts, and it's very important it's one of the main features of the town. Go ahead.
Right. It's not quite a shrine in and of itself, but it is a very important like spiritual place, is my understanding. And when it was discovered that a Tengu egg was there, there would have been a lot of discussion about, well, what do we do with that? There would have been some search parties to see if there was like a Tengu family missing an egg somewhere. And when none of that came up, eventually the egg would have been given to his adoptive grandmother, who I have the name here. I should know. Aika Karasu.
Okay.
And it was decided, when the egg was hatched, that they wouldn't tell him of this, and he only found out about it a few years ago, probably when he turned 16. And for the most part lived a normal life, but on hearing this story and finding out that it is true, he's taken it upon himself that he's decided that he's got a grand destiny out there somewhere, and he needs to go and find that and figure out what he can do.
And as an exemplar, he has the mechanics call it a divine spark, but you do have something about you. It's not necessarily a piece of a god, but what did we discuss it being?
Right. I've considered it like a flavor of more of like a blessing. Like it is a fantastical power that is like within him. But
perhaps related to that
and he doesn't know like why it's there. But he that's part of him discovering that he can do these crazy things is part of why it must have been given to him by a reason, and he needs to go do something with it, even if he's not sure what that is. But he knows he wants to help the town of Willowshore, as an example there.
So he feels a sense of responsibility. Doesn't sound like there's much ego or arrogance. So.
Well,
we'll see. You tell me anything about his personality.
He's going to project that. Because thinking about this character, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh, he's gonna be, to borrow the anime term, he's gonna be very chuny.
Very what?
I actually have a chuny. It's a Japanese word that I believe is like middle school syndrome. And it's like if you've ever watched Konosuba, there's Megumin, who knows Fireball and only Fireball, and does a big dramatic speech every time she casts Fireball.
Okay.
And then is out of the fight.
Okay.
So I have a sticky note with all my attack names that I've.
Oh boy!
I'm looking forward to this. Excellent.
So yeah.
All right.
I don't necessarily think that's like gonna be, what's the word, his true self, but he's definitely going to project the, I have to defend my town kind of thing there, convincing himself more than anyone.
Gotcha. A young guy. All right. I believe this is set in the year 4608, which is 100. It's like right after the death of Erodin and the start of the Age of Lost Omens. And apparently some Jorogumo, the spider people, have taken power in Shenmen. However, the effects of that are not quite seen here in Willowshore. It hasn't really, in terms of, well, there have been effects. The lumber barons have kind of left, but the Jorogumo rule has not really, they've not extended their claws out to this area yet. All right, so it's called the Reenactment Festival, the last night of spring, and each of you, you can explain when you have a chance to interact, kind of how you ended up to be an abductee. But the 6 of you were abducted, quote unquote, and brought out. And would Tajiri's son have what is he in town? I assume he's in town.
Yes, yeah. He was going to participate in the abductions as well.
Wait,
as we have discussed.
So he's not in. He's going to be abducted too. Okay.
Yes, he's going to be abducted too. But as we said, he's a non-combatant. He'll stay out of it. So if anything goes down, basically he'll hide.
All right.
It's gonna be really sad if he watches this TPK.
That would be extremely sad. Yes.
And then he'll play this fiddle. Okay, so
At least we'll have good background music to go out to.
Oh gosh, it'd be complete. Then he'd be an orphan. That's sad.
so someone has has an aura that's affecting everybody and causing this animation. What's happening?
Commander's banner.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's a very
but-
Oh no, is Megan gonna touch my face? What's she doing?
But I can
She's been very
just put it. I think if I put it in stowed, yeah, it will go away.
Yeah, but we want it has a mechanical effect, right? That we want?
Yes, for I think fear, you guys get benefits on if the banner's up.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, +1 to will to see it against fear effects.
I just don't want the animation. I am hold on, let me go under animations. Automated animations. Okay. Sorry, folks.
I'm the more impressed that it has a global match found option.
Yeah. I wonder if I'm trying to I can't learn this mod on the fly. Hold on.
Yeah.
Global automatic. Okay, what's the name of this ability? Commander?
Commander banner.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure how to access the setting. Oh well.
I know if you keep clicking out of it, not. I know you can in the buff option. We can edit it, and I don't know if it'll like.
All right.
Turn off.
Let's mentally apply it.
close.
Let's see if fear comes up.
No, that will not work.
All right. We're gonna use brain and be wary. So it affects saves against fear.
Yeah, fear effects.
All right.
It increases our DC, and we get +1 to it. But if
+1
it ever
versus fear.
gets, yeah, +1 against fear, and if it ever gets stolen,
Then bad things happen.
bad things happen. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm asking you to turn it off, and then we'll try to remember
Yep.
that. All right.
I forgot I had it on.
Okay. All right. You are waking up on early this morning. Let me see the clock. Ooh. Sorry. As people know, I apologize. I apologize to the group earlier. I had a very crazy day, or actually crazy week, and I had to start an hour late because I had forgotten today was the session. Oh, gee, I seem so irresponsible. I have to tell you though, I've run over 250 sessions, and this has not happened before. If that gives you any assurance.
I mean, I figured
Good
something.
track record.
Yeah, I figured just you got tied up
250
with
rules
something.
every session. Megan, sorry, she attacked my pen, and I've run 2,000.
We feel honest to have a unique experience. It's fine.
Okay, all right, and Megan's also happening. So it's 6 in the morning, and the calendar should actually be set to 117 years ago. So what's 117 times 52? 11,750. Okay, 4608, correct? No, yeah, we want 4608. Oh my god, I am, I landed on the precise day
Nice.
that I wanted.
Congratulations.
Crazy.
Nice.
All right. 21st of Sereneth, 4608 AR. Wow, that's just a good omen. You guys. Oh, and also people don't know that people were hearing music before we went live, even though I wasn't playing anything. So we have some, and so our campaign's haunted. Hopefully it's good spirits. All right. So as you wake up, as the early glimmer of dawn rises, memories of the previous night return. You can recall being dragged from town by townsfolk during the height of the reenactment festival. And as you gather yourselves, things seem off. The straw mats and red blindfolds you were ceremoniously trussed up in the night before now seem to be cruder, filthier, and less comfortable. Even more curious is the fact that you remember settling down to sleep for the night to await your rescue in the morning. And you were certain you were in a different part of the woods. By the way, you're awaiting the miller, Choi Chong-hu, who I'll show you a picture of. He's the organizer of the reenactment festival. And he's supposed to arrive at sunrise to provide you food as ransom for you to lead you back home. Ransom for the ghosts. So this is Choi Chung-hu. And he's supposed to be arriving around now as well. You're in some other part of the woods. So we're gonna have our first skill check, folks.
Oh boy.
Willow Shore lore or survival. You can roll openly if you'd like.
Do we have to be trained in survival?
In this... no.
I've got a +3 to Willow Shore lore.
Ooh.
Plus 4 to survival. Oh boy.
And the DC for lore will be lowered. As per
Can we all
usual.
just roll? Like whoever has proficiency?
I think anyone can roll this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did it uncheck left click to release objects? That is my pet peeve about Foundry. I'm sorry, hold on.
I think 4 of us rolled it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I did
Oh.
uncheck it. I don't know why Foundry has been doing that for 4 years. Okay. Well, Li Toshua and Yui, you... Daniel, by the way, you rolled a private roll, so I don't see it either.
Oh, my bad. I have it set. It was a 6.
Ah.
So, not great.
So those of you who got a 15 or higher, you realize that you've awoken in a clearing east of Willow Shore that is north of a nearby game trail that runs alongside the river. That should lead you back to town. And let me give you access to maps. Do you have access to the Willow Shore Hinterlands map? I see you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, you believe you're around... Oh. Kind of... Not very
Can
far
see
from
it, yeah.
Willow Shore, around here.
And a P for party?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're just a couple of hours.
Nice. Should we give him the benefit of the doubt and wait a little bit longer?
But we're not where we were. We didn't wake up where we went to sleep.
Correct.
That's
So,
Oh,
I guess my question on that, because that is a weird thing there.
Mhm.
Does it look like? How would I phrase this? So we woke up on like a campsite that was worse than our original one, or does it look like our campsite degraded in the night?
It looks like more than degraded. It just seems like instead of being new, they are less well made and also
okay.
filthy.
So it's not even the same stuff we had.
That's what it seems to be.
This
So
is weird.
it looks like
Very
we
weird.
were moved while we were asleep then?
Yes.
Moved and had our equipment changed? Our
You do
Stuff
have your
change.
equipment, by the way, the equipment that you brought with you, and
Right.
that's not
But the
affected.
blindfold's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the first thing that my character would check to make sure that if like our campsite is worse off, making sure that like all of his armor and his weapons and his items are still in fine condition.
Yeah.
And
The
make
Blossom does like the pat all around
Mhm.
her body, where she's like, "Okay, everything's in check."
I check to make sure I have all of my stuff, and I put my weapon in my hands, and I say, "Why are we here? And why do we have worse sleeping conditions than I had growing up on the streets of Willowshore?"
Why don't
Do
we
I-
who was speaking? Was that Li Toshua?
Yeah, Li Toshua, yeah.
Okay, why don't you tell us about Li Toshua and what people generally know about him? We're gonna
So
do some
people,
introductions.
sure, yeah, people would know. I don't think any of these people in the party would have grown up on the streets of Willowshore. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like it's sort of like not like the sort not the sort of public friendly streets, but sort of the sort of back alley kind of streets.
Yeah, no,
But yeah, what?
I would say the closest is Hyro is has the mysterious founding change.
Right.
So
So-
they didn't grow on the streets, but they very much never really just kind of was always hiding in the like not hiding, but
Yeah.
never was grouped up with a lot of people. So
So I suspect that Hyro and I have seen each other around at night as I've just been like living my life, and Hyro is doing their thing. But the people that I knew that sort of supported me and my acquaintances are not the people in this party, I think. So they would have, as a those of the party that have been in Willowshore, they might have seen me a little bit, but like more as one of those street people, not really knowing me that well. And now I have my own place. I'm not on the street now, and they probably haven't even thought about why I have gotten off the streets or why I was there in the first place. But nobody knows that I have any relatives in Willowshore, as far as they know. I mean, there is obviously a reason, and you can see some of that in my, the cheat sheet for the GM. But the characters here, I don't think know that. And as far as I haven't
feel
told
free
anyone.
to say what you'd like now that they might not know. Just
Yeah, no, I don't think he would be very open about like private stuff right now because he doesn't know these people well yet, and a lot of not so friendly things have happened to him in the past, right? So I think over time he'll get to say more, but he as far as the party knows, doesn't have a reason that they're aware of that he was selected. As far as the party knows right now, either there is no reason that he was abducted, or it's a reason he hasn't told them. Yeah.
all right.
But what he would say is that whatever did this to us, whatever moved us, this is unnatural or could be unnatural, and I want to help protect us from it. And I brandish my two-handed crossbow toward like the wilderness as a signal for that.
Gotcha. And he has a trusty eagle. What kind of bird is this?
It's a hawk.
Hawk. Okay.
I know we're not Japan, right? But the images of a Chinese sparrow hawk juvenile. So yeah, it's a young hawk.
All right.
Mechanically, it's an animal companion. Yeah.
Okay. We've also I'd like to do the kind of formal, not formal, but get through the introduction so that we can then play out how you guys, react to these events.
Yes.
After having said some basics. Who wants to be next? We've already talked about Arata.
yeah, Hyro's kind of getting up out of like, well, you said we were on like horrible like mats, like hay mats. Just kind of checking, looking at the crafting, taking off their little visor before slotting on that mask that probably people that have wandered the streets know as not a hostile creature, because Wei Yangs kind of are something people might jump at when they see them at night with their long talons and kind of stretched out face. They tend to get misconstrued as like bringers of curses. When they're kind of just friendly people. But I think Hyro's kind of looking at their stuff, flipping through, even flipping open their little med kit that's like their healer's tools that's on it, that has the if anyone knows what it is the 5 pain level faces on the top of it.
All right, and that's that.
If we're in a risky spot, we might need to prep up to move. I don't want to stay too late out in this place, especially if the food we were supposed to get it's running late. Would you right?
Yeah, it should have come by now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
if it's running late, either he's in trouble, which I don't want any of the villagers to be in trouble, or something's gone wrong.
Okay. Now, Tajiri's already said some about his character. Is there anything else you want to add about Tajiri?
Well, just in this moment, Tajiri's focus is completely on basically he's now got his hand on Satoshi's shoulder, and Satoshi's trying to shrug him off, but he is gripping hard because he's like, this isn't right, and I kind of am the one that brought you into this situation, so you're staying right next to me, young man. And in addition, he is kind of, he's looking around, but anyone that's looking at him, his eyes are a bit unfocused. It seems like he's looking around, but not in the physical world.
Does Satoshi have his fiddle?
He does. He does have his fiddle. He also has a flute that he keeps on him, but he prefers the fiddle.
All right. Okay. That's all for now.
And yeah, I think so. I think this is a good time to mention I have spirit sense. So if there are any spirits around, I can detect them as a how far? I think it's within 30 feet as an imprecise sense.
Okay.
In
some
addition,
reason, I did not have that written down. I usually have these things written down. Okay.
Oh, I will say I forgot to add with
And it's
the reason
a
why
vague
Kyro's
sense?
here. It is an imprecise.
Imprecise? Ooh.
Imprecise. I am double checking a couple of things here.
But for like lore thing, I forgot about. Haru's kind of brought into the kind of event as Kawaka kind of was wanting to get the helper out. And like, hey, you've been helping the village out, but no one kind of really recognizes it because you're just always doing things at night. How about you join the festival and let people see you for your true self? See you not as like the little night monster, and see you as like helper to the village. Because Hyro does care about the village. It's just the best way to put it, and I'm putting some of my own energy into it. Hyro is very much autistic. Kind of is like raised a.
I'm gonna say we're gonna play out also how the party's gonna learn to trust you because you are a commander.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that'll be our little one of our first challenges.
They're less of a commander in bossing orders and more of a commander in supporting the allies. I'll kind of explain it once we get down to like because there's a couple people here that I know have to prep spells.
Okay. All right. Blossoms Falling. What do people know of you?
Yes, Blossoms Falling.
Any basics? Yeah.
Yeah, Blossoms Falling is very new to Willowshore. She's only 2 years old. She was created by the Keikudo family. And I think, like, she was created to be a sort of a guardian for their children right before the last winter. And I think they typically, leshies are only made by druids, like powerful druids. So I think maybe they're not druids, but there was a druid somewhere in their family line, and they passed down this ritual, so the family was able to do it. But Blossoms, she doesn't really interact with a lot of the town folk. She mostly sticks to the family, and she's been going to, I forget what it's called at the moment, but there's like this Leshy tea house that's ran by Leshies in Willowshore.
Cerulean Tea House?
Yes, and she goes there and spends time with other Leshies. But she doesn't really speak to most of the normal people in Willowshore. And that's why her family was like, you should volunteer for this. It's a great honor. It might be dangerous. And that's what they told her. But what they really want her to do is to interact with people, to, talk to other people that aren't Leshies, basically.
So what's her personality like, given her upbringing?
She's kind of a cool customer. She doesn't really, she doesn't have, like, she has emotions, but she doesn't show them very much.
Okay.
She is very focused on what she believes to be her reason for living, is to protect this family, and everything kind of leads back to that. So protecting Willowshore is protecting her family, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and my cat jumps onto the adventure again. All right.
Considering that the whole point of this ritual is to convince evil spirits that there's already evil spirits tormenting the place, having a Leshy go along with the kidnapping is a good selling point.
Oh, I looked up. It's not the Cerulean Tea House. It's a better name. It's the Leshy Saloon.
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay, I like it. All right, and then Yui.
Yui. Well, unlike Blossoms Falling, Yui has been in Willowshire for quite some time, having lived there for roughly 40 years. She's a social butterfly, pretty outgoing, and tea is a pretty big part of her life, so she probably does spend a lot of time in the Cerulean Tea House.
The Leshy Saloon.
Or that one.
Because I thought the tea houses is
they're
closed.
They're closed. They're closed.
Yeah, the Cerulean Tea House is closed because I was looking at the player's guide. The owner of it died and never passed it on.
Yeah.
So it's stuck in bureaucracy limbo.
Bureaucracy. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. So the Leshy Saloon, there we go. So, she would be part of the abductees because her friend Yu Sojin convinced her to do so, having avoided the task for so long.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else notable about her that people might know?
She's a bit of a social butterfly.
Okay. All right. All right. So back to the moment. What you're trying to figure out what's going on. The sun's brightening, and he should have appeared here by now with the food.
So we figured out.
Oh, I'm going to point out too that it's an hour to do daily preparations.
Okay.
I think there's only two of us that need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already figured out that we are in a different spot than we went to sleep at. How do we know how far away where we're supposed to be is?
About closer to Willowshore. Closer to the bridge that goes over the river. So, a couple of miles west.
So we have a ways to walk.
Okay.
We have ways to walk, but I'd rather not walk unprepared.
As we are gathering around and talking about this, Tajiri is keeping Satoshi in front of him, and kind of like as we circle around, making sure that he's kind of like in the middle of the group.
By the way, how old is Satoshi?
He's 10.
Okay, so Blossom's Falling is probably only a little bit taller than he is.
I think 10-year-old will typically be 3. Actually, I don't know. It's been a while since. No, wait. I have two. What? I have a nephew and a niece who are 10.
I think they're about the
Yeah,
same,
so-
maybe? I don't know. I think unless she's being shorter than on the short side of small creatures.
Yeah.
I've got Blossoms here at 3'4".
Yeah, that'd probably be. Yeah, so that'd be about the same height as.
Yeah.
As Satoshi.
I think she's kind of thin and willowy. She's supposed to be like a Sakura tree. The token doesn't exactly match that, but that's the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're 1 inch smaller than Hyro.
There you go.
Okay.
Be it Hyro probably could be seen as taller if they raised their arms. Because you guys would see like their arms, like normally if you put your arms down, they kind of get around like maybe like to near your thighs, your waist. Hyro's goes down to like their knees, a little bit beyond their knees. Like their arms are long.
The weather this morning is typical for Shenmen in early summer. It's partially overcast with a crisp early morning chill to the air, which usually dissipates by noon. Okay. All right. What do you do?
I think Arata's first thought would be to climb a tree and see if there was like well, anything obvious going on, like a big fire somewhere or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, as Arata kind of jumps up there, Hyro, you guys notice that Hyro is kind of jotting down things in a little notebook.
Okay. All right. DC 5. No, DC 10 climb check for Arata to get to a very high tree.
Alrighty, and that is athletics, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask for 1 check.
Okay.
All right. Hey. So you all see how quite capable she is as a climber as well. All right. Well,
Yes.
nothing looks amiss. You know, it's a little. There's some fog around the river. You don't see any fires in the distance. Actually, what's your perception bonus?
Oh boy. Perception is a +4.
Okay. You don't see anything amiss. You don't see any anything unusual in the wilderness.
So while Arata goes to the air to look around, or rather, not the air, but the top of a tree, I was hoping to look around the surrounding area to see if there's any footprints or tracks that don't belong to us, in case we were moved here somehow.
Okay. You can do a blind survival. Do you have survival as a skill?
I do have survival, yeah.
Okay.
So blind, how do I do that?
In the bottom of the chat window, there's a row of buttons.
Private GM roll? Or blind GM?
You went blind. Private means
Gotcha.
only you see it.
All right, survival.
Okay. All right. You do not see tracks around you, including the tracks that would have been left by the people who brought you here.
Okay. So either they were very good at hiding themselves, or we were moved here some other way.
Or you
And
rolled a nat
Blossoms
one.
just stands there. Or I rolled a net. Well, this is what I'm,
Yeah.
I didn't find tracks, so there must not be any.
Right.
The joy of secret rolls. You don't know what it is. You just have to role play what Ron tells you.
Yes.
So yeah, Blossoms is just kind of standing there with her hand on her chin, and she's like deep in thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are our prepared people doing morning preparations?
Yeah, Hyro will prep tactics.
Okay, this involves prepping the party. Am I right?
Yes.
What are your tactics?
Okay. So Hyro is kind of, instead of like the normal, like they're not barking orders or anything.
Mm-hmm.
For a little bit of it, they're kind of watching people do their normal things, studying their weapons. Mm-hmm. And if anyone takes like a peek at Hyro's little notebook, they'll see like maybe sketches of the people or like the weapons they're using, and it's almost like seeing the weaknesses of those weapons, how so and so, like, Blossom's Falling's weapon seems to be good at this. How can Arata's weapon support that? Before kind of like going up to a couple of the people too, because I am prepping. Had it in my journals here. Where's the journal? There we go. I am prepping Strike Hard and Form Up.
Okay. So one is it lets them use a reaction to attack, and the other lets them move.
Yep, move within my to anywhere in my banner. Yep.
Right.
But I was not really like barking orders. I'm kind of going around, seeing how people fight and their some of the talents that people are like showing or willing to show.
Mm-hmm.
As they're trying to see how they can get things to work together. And when it comes to actually training the people, like getting the people prepared on tactics, how kind of.
Okay.
So if we're traveling out, I am versed at helping openings. I can point out when enemies have openings for kind of looking towards like Blossom and Arata, that I can point out towards you. I might call upon you to tell you when those openings are there. It's up to you if you want to if you want to follow that or not. But I have an eye for those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start looking toward whatever direction we came. I want to do a little bit of searching and tracking as well, because I realize that somebody did bring us here, and if I can find any trace of it, I want to hunt them as my prey.
Okay. So you're looking for signs of recent things traveling through here.
I know somebody else looked, but I mean, looking for tracks is kind of something that Ito Schwa would want to try himself if the other people didn't succeed.
Okay.
As a ranger, right?
A
blind one? Or a track check, right?
Perception, survival, or nature. No, perception or survival. Perception is your better score, I see.
Perception is my better score. Interesting.
FYI, I'm going to lower the DC if it's survival for this particular purpose. But in this case, it was a wash. It's the same.
Yeah, I think I'm good at track would make sense in terms of what he would be trying to do, which is a survival check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
survival needs more love, so that's why I'm.
yeah, absolutely. All right. So I attempt my survival check, and that's a blind roll, right?
Yes.
All right. Rolling.
Okay. All right. Well, you detect a recent passage of what seem to be some curving lines along the ground with like little dots on either side.
Lines with dots.
Looks like the little. How to explain? It seems to be some time ago, some giant centipede passed through here.
Oh wow. Well, in the absence of anything better, I guess I'm gonna mark that as my prey for now, because I need to be. That's the best information I have. I don't even know how to apply the effect, but I'm just gonna click it.
Okay, and it's a common occurrence in Willow Shore, by the way. Nothing.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything. I didn't apply the effect mechanically in the software, but yeah, I'm hunting whatever that prey is because that's the best guess I have of what brought us here, even though it makes no sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not. Its track did not lead to your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand why it would be a giant centipede, but I'm just going with what I can figure out, which is not much.
Okay. And Tajiri's doing some. How does Tajiri prepare? And what is he preparing?
Tajiri is kind of like he's sort of whispering, kind of under his breath a little bit, almost as if he's having a conversation with someone that no one else can see, and there almost seems to be multiple. And he seems to wave off some of them, and as he thinks, and then kind of reaches his hand out to the air. Again, nothing that anyone else can see, but it's apparent that he is communicating with a variety of spirits and selecting some that will accompany him for the day. Just to let everyone know in advance, I have attuned, and it did show up earlier in the thing, to the custodian of groves and gardens and steward of stone and fire, and I have made steward of stone and fire my initial starting for the day. That's a aggressive area focus spell, and then I've also got spells.
Yeah. Also, you choose every morning which cantrip you want from a feat.
Yes, I do. And today I am choosing. Oh gosh, I remember what it was. I did it. Yes, Forbidding Ward.
Okay.
That is from my Kitsune.
All right.
Stuff. And then, of course, I also prepare. I also have some prepared divine spells.
Which you'll just do on Foundry.
Yeah.
Because they don't quite know what they are. You're just doing some weird. I don't know what people think of you right now. You can roleplay it out.
Anyone who has met me knows that I tend to. Well, first of all, being a place that is connected with spirits and spirituality like Willowshore is, you would know that I communicate with spirits. I mean, I've lived in Willowshore my entire life, and I'm in my early 30s now, so, you know, somewhat known throughout the town for doing that.
Okay. All right. So an hour has passed.
Yeah, I think after a little bit of watching the sky there, you'd see. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay, I don't take fall damage, so I am going to do this. Yeah, Arata just kind of jumps out of the top of the tree, and lands towards the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And he would go down and say, "Well, I didn't see anything in the skies that would indicate something weird happening, but we're not where we're supposed to be. Should we head back there, or should we head straight to town?"
When you say back there, what are the choices you're thinking?
My thought is either we go back to our original campsite, or do we go straight to town?
I say we go back to town.
The original campsite would be on the way back to town, wouldn't it?
It would be. Let's be clear here. So you guys are here, and let's say the original campsite was more here. Why is it not letting me draw?
Okay.
You see my cursor, yeah? My
Yeah, we
agitated
see it.
cursor.
Yeah.
So we mean traveling through the woods. There's a game trail to the south,
Mhm.
which would let you kind of have more of an open path, which is kind of more convenient path. But by then you're not getting to the original spot.
I say we follow the path, stay safe, get back to town.
Yeah, I mean, I think the person who was bringing us food would not still be there after an hour if we're not there. So going to the original site. I mean, at the same time, there might be some evidence of what happened if we go back to the original site.
You know,
Aye, but
also
he-
that
I think that I think that we had best get back to town, and I kind of pointedly look at Satoshi.
Yeah, and we can get help to see what happened at the original site if necessary.
Yes, we can investigate that later.
Yep,
Maybe somebody else
I'd
even
vote
has
we go
information.
with
Maybe we can talk to the person who was supposed to ransom us.
Mhm.
But then people might also be worried about why did they come back if they weren't ransomed.
I think this is being overthought. We just need to get back to town.
Yes, get
it wouldn't
back
be
to town.
since he's an hour late. It wouldn't leaving this spot wouldn't be seen as disrupting the tradition.
Right. It's
Wouldn't be seen
already
as
been
disrupted.
disrupted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, if they wouldn't be worried to see us, we can at least see what they know, because I don't see why our ransom giver would be still there after an hour.
To be fair, yeah, if you go to a place where you're supposed to find 6 people or 7 people, and those 7 people aren't there, something's gone wrong. And it's probably good to tell the town.
Mm. Hey, you
And
hear
maybe
a
that person
rustling
is there.
sound in the undergrowth.
Oh.
We all do.
Immediately retrieve the blade.
Yeah. Harold pulls out their short bow.
Who goes there?
All right.
And I update my hunt rate to whatever that sound is, if possible.
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't rule
What?
out that it's a giant centipede, is what I'll say.
But whatever it is, whatever it is, yeah.
So those of you who want to have anything in hand, sure, whatever you normally would have in hand, as
Yes.
something leaps out of the undergrowth. We're gonna roll initiative.
Oh boy. It is a giant centipede.
Oh, big one.
Hey.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so,
You might need to reactivate the scene again.
Yeah, we're not there
do
anymore.
you? Okay.
Yeah, we're all stuck.
Yeah,
in
we have-
hinterlands.
The Hinterlands has open access to it, so I think we can always go to it.
Yeah, but not this scene. All right, roll
Yeah.
initiative. I'll be right back.
Let's see here.
Oh boy.
Let me make sure.
I'm
I
nervous.
Yeah.
Time to
Yeah.
cast Commander's greatest cantrip. I cast Fighter.
Yeah. Okay, so
Me adding the circumstance bonus for seeking hunter prey. There's a hunted prey circumstance bonus. Does that apply? Am I wrong?
Oh, I need to.
Probably yes.
I need to put this on. There we go.
Hello? Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm triggering in.
I know it's like a creature and not a person, but since I was shouting at it, can I use intimidation as my initiative?
He's not. He's back.
He's not.
Oh, he's
He
not
can
back.
hear us, I think. You just can't. Or no, never mind. That-
Yeah, I don't hear him, but I tentatively rolled with the +2 because it's easy to adjust if not, but I think it makes sense. It is the thing I was seeking, so.
All right. So I'm going to say 2 of them are hidden, since I just did a video on the stealth and detection rules.
Great.
I was asking, since I was yelling before, like I was yelling at them to like who goes there. I know they're animals, but can I use intimidation for my initiative?
Yes.
Okay.
And for me, I tentatively, since I couldn't hear your response, I tentatively did them with a +2 to seek hunted prey circumstance bonuses. Since it is the thing I was seeking, is that okay, or should I remove that? I mean, we can undo it, right? But
Oh, I rolled
I
that hidden.
didn't catch all of what you said, but I'll allow you to do your hunted prey bonus to an initiative.
okay, I already did. That's good.
Okay.
I was trying to ask, and I think it was an audio problem, right? I wasn't trying to skip Ronald's rules of rolling. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Ronald's rules of rolling. Cool. Hey,
I found your reference material, at least some of it.
yay. Hey, the commander banner thingy is it
Back up.
It's back up. We all see everyone looks like they are flying again.
Because Hyro pulls out their short bow with it has like the flag of Willow Shore kind of on it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but I don't want to see the animation.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just want to manually keep it up. Okay.
Yeah. We'll just remember to, because it's very beautiful, but when other effects that are more, because that's going to be on pretty much all the time. It doesn't really add to our brain. All right, here we go to Jerry.
Okay.
Music.
Yes.
Let me just check on range real quick. Uh, 30 feet. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a bit closer.
Hey, does Foundry let you choose your apparitions? Is there a
Why am I in that?
Yeah, and I've already done it.
automation there? Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's some automation there. Yes. I am going.
Thank God. The Animist is very it's appreciated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm playing in a game where I don't have the automation for Animist, and it's like,
Ooh.
do I really need to change my ghosts ever?
I mean, to be really, there's a couple of ghosts I could just say you could just run with a certain set of ghosts that you're perfectly fine with the entire time.
That's perfect. Okay. I am going to move up, spend an action to cast Earth's Bile, which is going to go right here.
Ah.
Ooh, okay.
Hee.
And so that'll be a basic reflex saving throw for each of them.
Okay. All right. So, the Earth's molten blood unleashes a devastating burst of liquid stone and unpredictable fire.
You all actually see, for just a brief moment, as I reach my hand out, you see what appears to be a humanoid figure bathed in fire for just a split second before that happens and it vanishes again.
Ooh. That's
damage.
Yeah, roll damage. Okay. 6 total damage. The pretty giant centipede critically fails, rolls a natural 1, and it's gonna die.
Oh, wow.
And the approachable one rolls a nat 20. It's not affected. The effervescent one succeeds.
Was there a need for a DC 11 flat check because it was hidden, or was it not hidden? Oh, I see.
It's an
If
area
it's an
effect.
area effect, you
Area
don't need to
effect,
target
don't
it.
care.
Yeah. Reflex doesn't matter. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's an area effect.
Great.
Man,
All right.
nice giant.
So there would also be
centipedes. Pretty
persistent-
approachable.
There would also be persistent fire damage if any of them that were still alive had failed, but
Right. But they both succeeded.
yes. And that ought to do it. Oh wait, I still have one more action.
Did you stride there?
I will spend my last.
Is that where you
action-
started?
That's not where I started. I moved. That was one action.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a nuts
And
spell.
I can, and now for the next minute, I can sustain it each turn for an action. So, animists, they're awesome. Anyway,
Yes.
So then you
They're
choose
my-
another area and it just happens again.
Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
They are my favorite caster in the game because they're just
Yeah,
so
anywhere within-
versatile.
anywhere within 30 feet, and when I refocus, I can actually change my primary apparition. So if we need healing, then I can switch to the one that has the healing spell. Anyway, okay. For my last action, I'm going to actually yell back to Satoshi to hide, get somewhere. And that'll be it for me.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm dealing with Foundry crap. Okay. I don't know why I set the settings, but then the tokens don't cooperate. Alright, I don't think you guys saw their names before. Maybe you do now. Okay, the self-indulgent centipede is going to go up and punish you. It skitters up to you.
That's a different name than I saw before. He used to be approachable, now he's self-indulgent.
Oh, no, this is a different one. This was not targeted. It's going to try to bite the kitsune. That misses. And with its mandibles, it tries again. And that fails.
The little XCOM missed. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Blossom's falling.
Okay, so with my so I'm gonna yell like, everyone stay behind me, please. And I see that it's already a little too late for that. So I'm gonna use my first action to. I'm gonna use my first action to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and flank this centipede. And then I'm going to... should I... It's an animal, so I get a minus to trying to intimidate it, right? I forget how much.
Like -4, I think, if you don't share a language.
Yeah, -4.
Right, yeah, so that's pretty bad. So I've got it flanked, so I'm just going to go with a strike.
Okay.
So I'm going to one-handed katana this centipede. And if it's flanked, it has a minus to its armor class, so I don't have to do anything.
Foundry automates it.
Yep.
Nice.
Foundry's cool.
Do I need to target it?
Yes. Hover over it and press T.
T. Okay, perfect.
And the
Sorry
most
about
popular way to strike is when you click your token, you see the upper left, there's some buttons.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was using the buttons in the bottom left, but that works. Okay, this should be good.
Ooh, 21. Or 20.
Right.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, perfect. So, damage.
Okay. For 6 damage. Alright, you slice that sword, and blood pours out.
Okay, so it is flanked. I guess I could try to attack again. That's probably my best option. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because grabbing is the same, you still get map on it. So, yeah, we're gonna just attack again. I've got all these. Hold on. Oh, there's a bunch of. Okay, 1 second. There we go. I'll just do it this way. So map -5.
Ooh. Fighter hits again.
Oh, very good.
Okay, it is a dead centipede.
Great. Couldn't have gone better. I'm perfectly happy. That's my turn.
Okay. Yui is next.
All right.
And pass the turn by doing Shift M. Shift M, folks, is the keyboard shortcut.
Shift M.
Oh,
I think you hit
N.
Shift N.
Yeah, N takes you backward. M takes you forward.
Oh.
So I'm going to do it. Give you another chance.
My bad.
Okay.
Shift M.
There you go. Okay, Yui.
Perfect.
All right, I am going to cast Ignition at the effervescent giant centipede.
Ah, it's 35 feet away.
I have a range of 60 feet with ignition.
Oh, ignition is 60? Oh, I didn't know that. It's gonna have
No,
lesser...
it's 30 feet normally. It's because I'm a oscillating
You're a
rage psychic.
psychic!
Yeah.
There you go. FYI, it has lesser cover. Because
okay.
of Jiri.
Right. Maybe I should move first.
Okay.
I'll do just that.
Means I don't have to apply an effect on it.
Makes sense to me. Cast?
Alright, so yet another member of the party seems to have magical fire. 18 is a hit.
Alright.
Blossoms is weary around the two of you.
Okay. Alright, it's a grazing blow.
Very well. Shift him.
Okay. Lee.
So
Can I just say Lee?
If you want, yeah.
Okay.
I think in usual Chinese that would be the family name, but whatever, it's easier than Toshua.
Oh, Toshua is the better name then.
I don't know. I'm not. That's what I understand, but I don't know. Anyway, he will. So he has a direct line of sight to without anything in between to Effervescent, right? Or is Effervescent dead already?
No.
I think he has direct line of sight. I'm gonna allow it here because Blossoms is small.
I think also, it looks direct anyway.
I mean,
so
I was asking myself a different question about cover, but definitely can see it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see it. All right. I'm not sure why I can't click on anything meaningful in the map, but like I can't target. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to update my hunt prey to that one if it's not already.
Okay.
So first I'll do that. And I sort of like look at it, point with my I don't know why I'm not even okay. Yeah, I point at it and I sort of shake with the anger of my I want to sort of go after it for what it's done to us. So I'm going to apply effect. So I gotta why can't I target? It's not letting me target.
So you hover over it and press T?
It's not letting
mode? Are you in token control?
Oh, you know what? That's the problem. I'm on the wrong mode. Thank you. All right. So I will.
Oh, by the way, there's a cool keyboard shortcut to switch modes. Shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift 1, Shift 2.
So I will then issue commands to my bird, Fei, and I instruct Fei to go and support me, and I move Fei. Is that? Oh, it was here. So that's. It's not 60 feet away, right? It has a fly speed of 60 feet?
It's definitely within range.
Yeah, so it's going to try to go, if it can go over here, and it's going to be sort of pecking at the eyes of this thing to improve, I don't know how to, like, trigger the support effect. If I can...
it's not automated, just...
All right, I'll just do it. So I will... it may not even matter if I hit, but I'm certainly going to... I'm going to attack it with target is your hunted prey, first attack on hunted prey this round, and then I'm going to strike it with my Sukgung.
Alright.
And then roll.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Pretty good.
That is a hit. All right. I'm going to roll the damage, and then if it's not already dead, we can add whatever its a support benefit is.
Alright, I think your precision damage added 7.
That's amazing.
All right.
Yeah. Is it dead? If it's not,
instead of
more
1 damage, 8 damage. It falls to the ground after getting an arrow through its a crossbow bolt through its brain as your bird pecks at it and causes its corpse to also take bleed damage.
Wow.
And he does remove it. Yeah. Okay.
It's like in Fallout when you overkill an enemy, it just like turns.
Yeah. But it's not like they wasted more resources than just shooting at it, so.
Yeah.
Right. Shift M then. That was, I think, 3 actions.
All right. Well, here comes the last one. Gonna run up to Blossoms Falling. Well, actually, it has a choice. It's going to bird
over there.
Bird. Megan. This is the 3rd time she's jumped up. Okay. Munch. Oh, bites the bird.
Oh no.
Oof.
Yeah, it can happen.
2 piercing damage. However, the bird needs to do a fortitude saving throw.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Fortitude, right?
Yeah.
You did hit that the centipede took 2 damage.
Oh. That's not correct.
You know, giant centipedes in real life also eat birds. So, that's rough.
Okay, 11 will fail. Your bird will immediately take this amount of poison damage. 6. Oh, ignore the 3. Ignore the 3.
So, okay, I'll apply that. Actually, how do I switch to Feifei as my token? Do I just double?
Can you click the token and then hit damage?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it doesn't let me change in the avatar. Can I change into the avatar in the lower left or no?
I don't think so. If it's
You should
still
be
on-
able to just like click and drag a box over it and token select.
Well, I applied it. Okay, click and drag is good. I'll figure that out. But I was able to apply it while I had it selected, so
All right, cool.
That worked.
All right, bite number 2. Ooh, I think the bird's going down, folks. Uh-oh.
No.
Feifei!
I'll get it out of the way very fast.
Okay. Apply that damage and then make another fortitude save.
Oh boy. Yes. Okay. All right. Feifei. Okay. 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 It's just. It's. All right. Fortitude. There we go. Something was covering it. So.
Okay. Good. All right. Its stage of
It's
poison does not increase.
That's great.
All right. Pyro.
Pyro seeing our bird get attacked, kind of waves their will move up first. Moves 25 up, and then everyone should be within my 30-foot aura. Well, for one action, I'm gonna form up. As kind of Hyro starts waving the banner.
So it doesn't have reactions right now, unless you have a way of changing that.
No, but I mean, I can give it a reaction because I have drilled reactions.
Right. That's
And that can happen now. Okay.
class feature.
Yep.
All right.
To chat, drill reactions. Anyone else in the banner can immediately spend their reaction to move somewhere else within my banner.
Hey, question. How many people can you have as allies when you do your morning prep?
2 plus intelligence.
So 6?
So 6. So it's
we have
everyone
the exact
but
number
Satoshi. It's everyone but Satoshi.
Oh, okay.
5,
All right.
15.
Trained
All
with the
right.
bird, not the
He studied the bird as well. Yes, he did his homework.
Well, Satoshi's just
I think that's 30 out of the way. If the bird is able. Oh wait, it has to go toward. That's in your aura,
Anywhere
right?
within his aura, which is 30
Anywhere
feet.
within in their aura. But Hyro will kind
There.
of point towards the bird.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
to-
it's a.
to
Hold on.
cover
Can it use its fly speed or no?
Yeah.
It is it's once per
Yeah, it's just a stride.
stride, yeah.
Oh, it has to, I guess, walk.
If it has to walk, then it has a 10 speed.
no.
So it's gonna go like here.
That's
Yeah.
still better.
Okay.
Then everyone else, if you're wanting to spend a reaction, Hyro's like, get the bird out and rush it down before it can hurt anyone else.
If you just block it, I can
Yeah,
also
right, it's
heal it
fine.
on my turn. By the way, I have a healing spell for it,
Good.
but not until my turn.
I will move in and engage the centipede.
Ooh, cool.
I'll get closer
I
so that
also
I can
get
heal
closer.
it more easily. 5,
All life is sacred.
15,
Even
20,
one.
25,
as
30.
small as
Oh, no. Sorry,
that.
ending
Like,
here.
all life is sacred. Also, die centipede.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just drop this real quick. Like that's as long as you end somewhere within that aura, you're good.
Okay.
As long as
Our
you end-
lives are more
Yeah.
sacred than yours.
So that's the whole map, basically.
don't leave.
And then Hyro, since they got one more action left, they'll line up their short bow and take a quick shot with their short bow.
That's a miss.
Miss. Yep.
Arata.
All right. Cool. So, let me get my sticky note here because I need to do this right for my first one here. Okay, so he is going to use his first action to stride behind the giant centipede here. And yeah, so you would see, I think this would happen pretty much all at once. You probably wouldn't have noticed it too much, especially behind his goggles, but at this moment, his eyes are glowing. And the glow from his eyes would fade as he has his, I hope I'm saying this right, his Karaka in one hand and a Tengu Galeblade in the other. And he has which one would he would use this one. And the Karaka that he has, which is like a staff with a point at the top and a bunch of like rings there.
Oh, is
you'd
it
see a
Kakara?
bunch of Kakara.
I was looking it up. It looks like Kakara.
Kakara.
Maybe I'm not saying it right, but
remember
that's.
that. As long as we all agree, no one will know. And yeah, you would see that it's jingling a bit, especially as he's moving. But that jingle of like clanging metal would start to sound like thunder, and there'd be like a bit of sparks going off between that. As his section action is going to be what shifts the enemies here. He's going to use a moment unending, which does move it into his Titan's Breaker.
Okay.
And he's going to shout, "Titan's Breaker, ring the gong!"
And all right, hold on one sec. So he transcended his eyes, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's giving him more damage, precision damage, and now he's using the base damage of the weapon, the base ability of the weapon.
Oh yeah, I get.
It's not a second transcendence, is it? Because you can't do more
No,
than
just-
one
No.
at a time.
I'm
Okay.
not doing a second
Right.
transcendent. I believe the way that it works is because I use this action, it's moved it into the weapon that he's using here.
Mhm.
So it'll get. I'm pretty sure I get the passive effect of it, but not like the active.
Correct. All right,
extra
Titan's Breaker. Here we go.
Ring the gong, and let me make sure I am doing bludgeoning damage because different names for these. And yes.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Nice.
Cool. And we rolled damage.
So you're gonna get your eyes give you bonus d6 precision damage, and you get +2 spirit damage because of Titan's Breaker.
Yeah, let me see here. It is moment unending. It's got the things. I've got all my things added. So let's roll our damage.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Wow.
That's a lot
For
of
whatever
damage.
reason, I'm not seeing any
Wow.
dice rolls anymore, so I hope I did well.
You did
You did.
16 damage.
You did very well.
All right.
Including 2 electricity. That's
Yes.
amazing.
All right. You flattened it. It is now mostly flat. Centipede. And that was 3 actions. And we're not
Alright,
done
so it
because we have to
was
save the bird.
Shift
Yeah.
end to end my turn.
On my turn,
And
I have a
like-
healing spell I can do.
Yes.
Tajiri.
See, I don't.
Oh,
think
everyone
I
has a
have-
hero point, by the way. Don't forget that.
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, if people want to delay until it's me, I can just go and heal it with a healing spell.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think I've got anything.
Do you have a healer's toolkit?
I have heal companion focus spell. So
So I have a healer's. I might have a healer's toolkit. I might be able to go and treat poison.
treat poison is important too. Yes.
I will go over and spend 2 actions to treat poison. 5.
It's a 1 action thing.
Oh, it's 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Boom, and then treat poison.
All right.
So
I don't
Gotta
know if
hit
he
poison.
like thoughts from the wound. I don't know what he's doing.
That doesn't
know.
work, right?
That's just a
It
myth.
does if you're magical.
well, here's
Normally, no other shouting Titanbreaker, but this time it did.
the medicine.
That's true. You're right.
Here's the medicine check.
Ooh.
Trying to catch a bird
That's
and
pretty
like
good.
All right. That's a regular success. So,
It'll grant a +2 to the check, right?
yeah, if you put the treat poison action in chat, it'll create an effect if you want to do that. But plus the
I
circumstance
was
bonus
going
to the next
to.
fort save.
Yeah, I was going to go into the.
I'm not sure where that action would be found actually, but
Probably put it in chat anyway, even though it wasn't from me.
oh,
One
everybody, control space is your friend. You can pull anything from the compendium, and some of them
Thank you.
like you can put in your hotkey.
And I will drag it onto the bird, and I'll click success.
Cool.
It's applied.
Yay! One more action to Jerry.
Oh, you're right. I do. I don't have battle medicine.
Oh.
So
But you can just do regular treat wounds. What's that?
That takes
well,
10 minutes though.
that's 10 minutes. Yeah.
Not treat point. Yeah.
The
I'll go get a healing spell on my turn, so other things can happen now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just done. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone doing anything before Toshwa's turn?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to let. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to. Well, it is. I think I'm after Tajiri anyway. I will unleash Psych and use Restore the Mind on Feifei.
Wait,
So
does that help
use
with
that.
poison?
No, but it heals them.
Oh. Interesting.
Where's the Restore the Mind text?
Can I let's see? Can I put that in
I think
chat?
I can drag it to chat.
You should be able to just hit it in the chat and next to the name where it says like or actually restores mind. Yeah.
There's a link that I just put in chat.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 plus your level. So 4
2 plus
HP.
double your level. Yeah.
And it's not a huge amount, but it's better than nothing.
Cool.
So okay. So we're all the same level. So I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just gonna select Feifei, and I'm just gonna do that and roll and apply healing to Feifei. Right?
Nice.
I would like to apologize. I actually don't have a healer's toolkit.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
That was something that was not because it's 5 gold,
Yeah,
and
it's
I got a
expensive.
lot of other things.
So I just removed the effect, right?
Pyro has one. I think he's the only one, or they're the only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But
So I removed
sadly,
the effect.
Hyro is after.
Alas.
Okay.
Let's. I'm sorry. Let's. I was like jumping around. Let's be one by one again. Tajiri, did you want to do anything?
Jerry, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's well, since I can't actually help with that, I think I'm probably gonna go back to Satoshi and make sure he's okay.
All right.
You have guidance possibly prepared?
Oh, I do. Nope, I don't.
All right.
Oh,
I have guiding. No, not guiding something.
All right.
I have forbidding ward. My
Ah.
spells are a mess because they're coming from 3 different things.
Uh-huh.
I've got innate spells from being a kitsune. I've got the prepared spells, and then I've got all of the apparition spells.
Yeah, that changes every day.
Fun times.
Yes.
And a changing focus spell, depending on when you read. Yeah, and Satoshi, by the way, every instinct is telling him to run. I imagine. Run.
I did yell at him to hide. I assumed
Alright.
because I spent a full action to basically tell him, "Hey, get somewhere safe," and I
Alright.
will.
Okay.
And
Let's not. It doesn't need to cost an action. I don't want to.
yeah, but I also didn't
on
know
your
what to do
action
with the
time.
third action. I could have recalled knowledge, I guess, on the centipedes, but
All right.
I don't think I have nature.
Okay. Did Blossom's Falling do her thing?
Do have nature.
I was just gonna delay.
All right.
There's not really anything I can do to help.
Okay. And Yui
with the
restored
hawk.
the mind, and now we're back to Toshua.
I will cast my healing spell with 2 actions. So this is the 2-action version, which gives an additional 8 hit points. So roll healing.
Yep.
Well, that's probably going to be enough.
More than quite enough.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's full, and then it has to. That was 2 actions, so I guess the third action is gonna, I don't know, command it to come near. I don't know. Where's Hyro, who has the healing kit? Okay,
Fair.
I'm gonna command it to come between us. And it for its second action, I don't know. It just squawks and I don't know. Doesn't have anything specific. So I guess now it has to do its saving throw or what?
Yes.
All right. So fortitude without the extra bonus roll.
Oh.
You have a hero point.
One short.
I guess I can use the hero point today.
Okay.
Why not? Actually, you know what? It's at full health. That's
Yeah.
probably not worth it.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I'll let it take it because it, oh wait, no, it would go to the next stage, wouldn't it?
It would go to
yeah,
stage
I don't
2.
want it to advance stage. So I'll re-roll with hero point. Right-clicking isn't working. Do I do a different thing here?
Foundry is fickle around that. Just roll fortitude
I
again.
can't right-click and do with hero point. I'm confused.
Sometimes it
Oh,
allows
there's
you,
some audio
sometimes
issue.
it doesn't. Foundry is fickle.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
supposed to
having
let you when you right-click the result.
I'm
I
having
just,
an issue where
okay.
I can't see.
That
some
works,
dice
lovely.
rolls, so.
All right, it is. It takes this much damage and becomes off guard. Oh, it's not a lot of damage.
I'm having trouble hearing audio right now, but I will just apply the damage.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
Stage 2 and it's off guard.
Yeah, that's not an awful amount of damage. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
end of turn.
Okay, Hyro.
And I don't have
Hyro-
his kit, so.
Hyro's gonna quickly. Treat poison.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the bird ended up getting poisoned. That's not expected. The damage wasn't the problem. The poison was.
Yeah. Oh, so folks who don't know, I usually take a mid-session break. Usually
Sure.
10 minutes, but I can make it a little shorter today. That succeeds, so Bird will get bonus next turn.
All right, I'll drag that on.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything that will impact this bird?
Not anymore.
All right.
Okay,
I'm afraid not.
All right.
it's fine.
Okay, let's get
So
I
back.
don't think we'll spend battle medicine on the bird just yet.
No.
All right, so we'll
Although
just
it's only one per target, but not yet. Yeah.
we'll just go to Toshua's next turn. I ended the
Sure.
initiative.
All right, so I'll just have the fortitude roll now with the treat poison bonus, right?
Yes. Yay!
okay.
Oh wait, actually, that brings it to
Stage 1.
stage 1. So it
All right.
takes 1 damage.
Lovely. All right. Yeah. Okay. And so then, and then it does another roll on its next turn, right?
Well, treat
Pyro
poison's
will-
next.
Oh, treat poison again.
Yay! Critical success. Now it has a +4 circumstance bonus.
All right.
Poison's
wait,
exciting,
but
everybody.
No. It's immune for 10 minutes after the first one, right? Or no?
No.
No,
it's
treat
not
poison. I can make you.
Once per attempt, right? Once per attempt.
Once per attempt, yeah. It resets
Yeah,
once you
alright.
make into a check.
Good. I applied it, and so now it'll roll again, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the better bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yay!
All right, that looks like we're recovered.
All right. The bird does not quite comprehend what just happened.
No,
It's been blasted
but
with
it's okay.
magic and
Gets hit by magic and just sees a person with a mask just start.
is it
Kind
Absolutely.
is it sticking its head under you like
Yeah,
probably a little scared right now?
absolutely. And whenever we have time for me to focus, I will refocus and then heal companion again, or somebody can treat wounds if they prefer. But yeah, so there's time. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I mean, Harold, like, if we're taking time for people to refocus, Harold will definitely treat on the bird.
All right. We're
I
spending
also
10
have a
minutes, folks.
companion spell. Yeah, go ahead. I'll refocus in the meantime. Yep. Go ahead.
All
I
right.
will clean
Do your
the
10-minute
senticle
activities.
blood from my sword.
We're doing one. I'm going to call it a turn because that's what it was called in the old days. 10 minutes.
Ooh,
Which I did not play.
That is a fail.
during-
Um,
Oh. Oh?
Okay.
not a crit fail, so I think that'll be fine.
At least you didn't slice the bird.
Yeah.
No risky
Harold-
surgery just yet.
It's fine.
No.
I will refocus. I'm just failing to create it, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm just
I mean,
gonna
I'd
Healed
say
animal
refocus
is now
until we.
recharged. So,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. I'm focusing on that in the meantime, and I'm reapplying it manually, and then I'm just gonna recast it, and it's gonna be fine. Because it's 1d10 plus 8.
um,
So,
you're like this
Yeah.
animal's mama. Like, whenever there's a boo-boo, you have the focus
Yeah,
spell to kiss it away.
companion means companion, right? That's excessive, and it's totally fine. And whenever we next have 10 minutes, I'll refocus again. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Every ranger with heal animals got to have a codependent relationship, I think.
It's a good spell.
Yes.
It is.
Um,
Well, we
I
don't
think
have enough other
Arata
healing.
would
Yeah.
have climbed a tree again. Just
Okay.
just checking.
All right. Very good. Just don't roll a 1 this time when you climb, just since you've climbed this tree before.
Let's see. Where's my proficiencies? Here we go. Athletics.
Okay. All right. Well, what you've noticed this time is that the fog seems to be thickening, which is the opposite of what you normally expect.
Oh, wow.
You don't see anything
That's bad.
unusual besides that. Usually the fog burns off, and usually have, well, the overcast sky usually clears, but it seems like the fog is growing from the river, like it seems to be increasing.
This is a good fit for to do this narratively as well. Yeah, Arata is going to focus his eyes and shift eminence back into gaze as sharp as steel because he's trying to look through that because it's suspicious.
Okay, +1 status to perception.
Mhm.
Okay. You don't
Okay,
observe
if,
anything else.
If we're all ready to go, I suggest we get back to town.
Okay.
And I think that'd be the point where Arata hops off the tree again and says that the fog is getting thicker, which is weird. It doesn't normally do that this time of day.
Okay. All right. So I think this is a good time to take a shorter than usual break, since I owe you the world for being late today. So, is 5 minutes okay, or do you want longer?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a
5
drink.
minutes is totally fine.
5 minutes
Fine.
is good.
All right.
See
I
you in
have
a
this
bit.
little break
I'm
time
gonna
mod. When you come back, check the box or press the button. You'll see it.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. I should get another drink. Okay. Let's go and oh man. So while I've got a captive audience in chat here, I'm going to take my time to rant about an injustice that affects me personally. So I cannot have caffeine, or else I will go blind. Sounds worse than it is. I'm kind of used to it. But caffeine-free drinks, especially sodas, hard to find. I found out recently that Dr. Pepper does make a caffeine-free version of their sodas, but effectively only makes it in Utah because apparently a lot of Mormons there and they can't drink caffeine either for their personal reasons. So if I wanted to
Actually,
get
fun
one,
fact, they can.
Mhm.
It's just a lot choose not to because of a misunderstanding of the word of wisdom. I am actually a member of the Church of Jesus Christ already.
Well,
So I happen to know.
I only have a very passive understanding, but I know that they, it's a sizable enough group of them that you basically can only get it there. And if I wanted to get them in a non-Utah state, even though I'm not that far, like a standard case of like I think 12 cans of caffeine-free Dr. Pepper would be $30.
Well, I've never understood why people like Dr. Pepper so much. I hate it personally. The flavor just isn't. But I've always found that that's the case. People either love Dr. Pepper or they hate it.
You mean barbecue soda?
I obviously haven't had it in like 10 years. And it's the one that I miss the most because like for the back when I could drink normal sodas, or I guess I didn't know how bad it was affecting me is the more accurate thing there. I preferred Coke over Pepsi, but caffeine free, Pepsi is better than Coke. So I really just want to like try it there. And I mean, Sprite has good options now. And I really appreciate Sprite being one of the mainstream ones that is just normally caffeine free because that when they come out with their like extra flavors and things, they don't add caffeine to it. So I actually picked up a case of a Sprite that's also tea.
Yep.
That's actually really good. So
oddly enough,
that's still caffeine free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oddly enough, like I do like
Very
that
nice.
Sprite's caffeine free. Oddly enough, that was Sprite being caffeine free was oddly enough one of the reasons why I drank only one type of Mountain Dew. They don't make it anymore. It was Mountain Dew Ice. It was a lemon lime Mountain Dew. It was Sprite with caffeine.
Wow.
Yeah, I especially early in the mornings, I miss it. But I'm just glad enough that because I can't have caffeine because I've got a condition called neurocardiogenic syncope. A lot of medical speak for that, but I'm just glad my condition isn't bad enough to where I couldn't have like any. So I can still have chocolate because
Nice.
you know it. It sounds very self-destructive to say I would rather eat chocolate than not go blind, but
Sometimes you need it.
I don't
is it really worth being able to see the world if you can't have chocolate? You know.
like. I'm lucky that I'm not supposed to be drinking caffeine, but it's because I have a central tremors disorder, which just makes my tremors worse if I have too much caffeine. So doctor's like, you can have caffeine, just don't have it.
I feel like most doctors will tell you that while drinking a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
And
it's
smoking a cigarette.
surprising how much like caffeine makes things worse. Cause like I finally got diagnosed for my condition when I was after I stood up and then immediately fell over and went blind and was like, you know what? This is not normal. Let me go fix this.
Someone in chat, is this one of the players, says Mormon lore and soda lore in the same discussion was not what I was expecting.
You did.
So just so that everyone knows, I spoke up because it's a common misconception that Mormons cannot drink caffeine.
Oh.
A lot of Mormons choose not to. I know this. I am a Mormon.
Mm-hmm. Because they classify it as like, a drug and
yeah, it's a misunderstanding.
Which it is,
and
as it is a
misinterpretation.
drug.
It is a drug. It is a drug, and it is something that, honestly, if I had never started taking it, I'd probably be a lot better off in my life. But
my cat just walked in with one of those things that stick to cats on her. Sorry.
Yeah, the
Well, I mean, as somebody
there to bring you back in was I can't have caffeine. And one of the things that's very hard to find for the caffeine-free versions of sodas is Dr. Pepper, because they basically don't make it outside of Utah. And if I wanted to get a case shipped to me in a state that's not that far from Utah, it'd still be $30 a case for that, which is a little bit more than what I'm willing to pay for soda.
Wow. More expensive than eggs.
And I know it's not exactly the same as Dr. Pepper, but I know that most root beers, except for the one from the Coca-Cola company, like other than Barks, most root beers besides Barks are caffeine-free, and there are diet versions of those too, so it's kind of similar, not the same.
Yeah, if anyone else in chat ever experiences about where they can't have caffeine but still want good sodas, there's cream sodas in general don't have them, and they're very good. So
I can have caffeine, but since I have ADHD and most but not all of the ADHD medicines that they have available to prescribe are also stimulants, sometimes I consider how much stimulant to have per time. Sometimes it's caffeine, sometimes it's the medicine, depending on exact timing. And in the evening, I also go for caffeine-free sodas or water or other things. So what you saw me drinking earlier was caffeine-free Diet Coke, and what you just saw me drinking a moment ago was water. So.
Okay.
I've got tea.
There is a detail I didn't mention earlier. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we done with the soda lore?
Yeah.
Now.
There was unnerving hisses coming from those centipedes. Unusual Toshua notices. And they were still making these still hissing after they should have died. And they seem to be saying syllables.
Syllable. Is it in a language that I know either Necrol or Common? Probably not.
Well, if you listen more closely, which you do, you hear words. Meat, flesh, bones, fingers, hair, skin, eyes.
In or skin?
Skin.
Kin. Oh boy.
Skin.
Ooh.
Hmm.
So
Well,
they want to eat us?
Unsettling.
This is not normal. Can I make some sort of check on this?
Sure. Megan has sat on the answers.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
That's amazing.
You can do a. This seems very occulty, doesn't it? Or
It
Yes.
nature.
You said occulty. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nature, survival, occultism, religion are all things people can do a blind check on, and I'll tell you information.
Wouldn't this be your like recall knowledge house rule instead, or with the macro?
My house rule to use every skill?
Well,
No,
I mean, wouldn't this? No, it's not. Okay.
I'm telling you, I am deciding to limit it to
Right.
these skills this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
What's cool about this is the audience can see what you're rolling, but you can't. Well, you're
Nice.
not. If you're tuned in, don't look.
I
I'm
mean,
not.
that's,
So you're.
that is why I
okay,
say
so-
pause it.
I did pause.
I have a specific question on this because this
Yeah.
would probably be where Arata's mind would go here. Could I roll Willow Shore lore to try and remember if this has happened, anything like this has happened to the town before?
Yeah, it's a different question than what I would have answered. Sure.
Cool. That'd be where I go to, so that's what I'll roll. Oh wait, this should be blind.
Yeah. Megan,
It
you have been
is blind
so
GM roll,
participatory
right?
today, Megan. I'm not. She's been more participatory than usual, I must say.
There we go. Private dice.
She's like leaning on my binder. Okay. Okay, so the
Learning
answers
how to
that
be a
you
GM.
seek. Tajiri and Hyro, you both. Okay, first let me tell Toshua that it's unusual for giant centipedes to be this aggressive against foes who are probably superior foes. There were 6 of you.
Sure.
And also unusual for them, well, to be hunting during the daylight hours. So they acted unusually, according to your nature skill.
Yeah.
For Tajiri and Hyro, their behavior indicates that they are being influenced in some way by an evil spirit. And for Willowshore lore, this is you've heard stories of animals being seeming like they were possessed and possessed by spirits. That has happened. You don't know whether you've heard of a group of animals being acting this way, though. You're not sure.
We need to get.
Actually,
Back to
with your
town.
check, I'm going to say you are... Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no more information. Oh, Megan! She knocked off the d20.
What'd she roll?
She rolled... Oh, I didn't see. I picked it up.
Unfortunately.
Because that's another one of Ronald's rules of rolling that people don't encounter on Foundry. If it falls off the table, it doesn't count.
I feel like there's an exception for a cat knocking it off. Though. I feel like that's.
Well, that's basically the only way
But
they
she's not a
roll.
player. Ronald's rules of rolling has every contingency covered.
True.
She's not a player, but she is a game meowster.
Game meowst.
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta mute him.
All right. All right. You're not going to surpass my Bloodlords group, though. They have all the dad jokes. And
like
I
all
think
the dead jokes in there,
Hyro can
right?
attest to that.
Mhm.
Okay. What else, you guys?
Well, we should head back.
Okay.
I would like to detect magic if I can.
Oh, people tell me your exploration activities now. Who wanted to detect magic? Who said that?
Yui,
Okay. And do you want that to be your default exploration activity?
yes, please.
Okay. It does mean you are saying, Moham Subaram. You are speaking words, by the way. But, you can always change this. And what do you have in hand, Yui, normally? When dealing with
Probably-
relatively dangerous...
Yeah, probably my crossbow.
Okay, crossbow. Okay, what about Blossoms Falling? What are your exploration activity, and what do you hold in hand?
Well, I'm definitely holding my katana in hand.
Mm-hmm.
As for exploration activities, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't use a shield, so I'm not like defending.
How about we get back to you? Because sometimes
Sure.
you might
I
scout
was gonna say, when in doubt,
else's.
when in doubt, scout.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Megan. That's very sweet, but let go. Okay, Hyro. What about Hyro? Ow.
Hyro's probably going to avoid notice right now.
Okay. And what's in hand?
Their short bow is in like their main hand, and sitting in the bow of the hand where they fire their arrows is their tekogaki.
That's a freehand weapon, right?
Yep, it's a freehand weapon.
So you're able to manipulate with it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Arada.
Let's see here. I think it probably would be scouting.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be hopping up at the top of trees and checking
Or,
every now and
I mean, if you're
again.
thinking of the gaze, the lore, maybe you can search? Since you get a +1? Do you have a good perception? Oh, your perception's not the best. It's up to you.
Hold on, let me check these things, because I am not super
Oh,
familiar
everybody,
with
the party
these.
sheet is accessible with the letter P. And you get to see lots of cool summaries of the party.
Okay, so there's search versus scout. Yeah. I mean, I guess that'd
Scout
be a
makes
question
sense.
for the party here. Like, are we trying to hustle to try and get like there as quickly as possible with all this weirdness, or are we trying to keep an eye out for more weirdness to
I mean,
on the way?
we still have a child with us. I would very much rather take it careful
Okay.
than rushing through.
In
How
that
about
case,
one of
I
us
think
scout and one of us seek? One of us scout and one of us search.
yeah, I'll take
To
I'll take search. unless
Tajiri
you're
was going
better.
to search because I've got the, especially if spirits are involved, I've got that special ability of being able to detect invisible spirits.
Okay. Search is
Well,
one of those
yeah.
things that it doesn't hurt to have more than one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
if you're looking out
that's
for
true.
the spooky ghosts, I'll look out for the spooky not ghosts.
I'll search as well. Somebody should scout though.
Also, because of the
I don't have anything better to do, so I'll scout.
yeah, it's always
Okay.
good to have one person scouting.
also because of the spooky nature of everything, I feel as though it could be beneficial for me to just mention, and for you, Ronald, to have in mind my shape changer's intuition. If I ever come within 10 feet
Mm-hmm.
of a creature that is transformed into another form, I get an automatic check to see if something's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just wanted to make sure that was known in case,
Thank you.
because spirits can be tricky.
Yes.
First 10 minutes, I would probably refocus instead. Would that happen before we leave or before anything interesting happens?
Before you leave. That wouldn't
Okay.
be a default traveling
good.
activity.
Sounds good. Yep. All right.
Okay, and Arata, what would you be holding in hand?
I think I would put away especially if I'm like climbing through trees and things. I would put away my Tengu Gale Blade, but still have the Karakara out.
Okay. All right. Two-hand grip?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, why not?
When I'm not
You
like
can always
actively
release
climbing.
it as a free action. All
Yeah.
right. Pushwa.
That's a good point. I'd like to do the same thing with my katana.
Got it.
Is hold it two-handed.
And Toshwa?
Oh,
Jimmy?
yeah, I already put search in, I think. That's probably one of the best things for me to do routinely, right? Oh, and what am I wearing? I'm still holding my searching doesn't really require hands, right? It requires
Right.
looking and listening. So I'm still holding my now reloaded crossbow because I know well, not in town obviously, but like while we're going through dangerous areas.
Yeah. Tajiri is holding what?
Just his shield.
Okay. All right. So you're headed to the game trail to the south? Okay. Mist rolls in through the trees, turning into a full-fledged fog.
Oh boy.
And you travel towards the Duyue River. And you reach there in about 2 miles, about half an hour.
As the fog rolls in, I am keeping Satoshi at my side, not letting him wander far at all.
The eerie fog is thick enough to obscure. You can't see beyond 500 feet. Anything more than 100 feet away from you is concealed. Also, it seems like there are strange shapes that you see in your peripheral vision, moving and shifting about. I think I need a survival check to make sure you don't get lost, because it's also kind of disorienting.
Do you need one check or do you need
one?
Multiple checks? Okay.
This is tracked specifically within survival, right?
Who's the best at survival?
No, it's the sense direction.
Sense direction. Okay.
Which is a secret
I'll roll that.
roll.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'll just roll that because it'll do the secret part.
Okay. All right.
I don't have a compass, so if that didn't have the -2, that should apply.
Gotcha.
Because yeah.
Hold on. Yui has a compass, so she would let you use that.
All right. Well, I don't know I don't see the number, so whatever happened. Maybe I was using the compass, right? So.
Right.
I was probably using the compass. All right.
Okay, good. Good thing you have a compass. That's kind of.
Oh boy, that made a difference. Thank you.
All right. Okay. You get.
I will say, like, the moment Hyro does start seeing like things in the corner of their eyes, they'll kind of look to the group. Remember the practices.
Yui nods.
Oh yeah, what are the practices?
Do not call a ghost. Do not pat people on the head or shoulders. Avoid entering bodies of water when a ghost is nearby. Do not eat food that has two stick-like objects protruding from it. Do not lean against walls during the day. Do not whistle at night. Do not leave laundry out at night. And if you hear someone call your name from behind you at night, do not turn around.
Yes, these are the 8 practices known by everyone in Willow Shore.
I do have a silly question, Ron. How strict is the avoid entering bodies of water? Does standing on top of water count?
Standing on top? What do you mean?
Hyro can run across water.
These are folk tales told by people who tend to not have supernatural abilities. I think going out into water in a boat would be considered entering the water. They have not had to rules lawyer you.
Yeah, I just
So
found
they-
that I just found it funny that I was like, hey, there's a rule of do not enter bodies of water. My heritage allows me to walk on my shadow across water.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fog
I think
thickening is the
within-
occasion for people to do, if you are trained in society or Willow Show lore, you may do a secret check if you want
Okay.
to learn
I've got
about this
society.
fog.
I got society.
I've got myself some Willow Shore lore. Let's.
I know none of this.
Is this a private blind GM roll?
Blind, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I see numbers.
Yeah.
All right, Arata, Blossoms, and Hyro. The three of you recall an old nursery rhyme told in Willow Shore. Let's see here.
Oh, I thought you were about to sing it.
No, no. No. Oh. I got some ambiance here. Okay. Okay. Do you hear anything?
Yeah, I hear child making a noise.
All right. I think it should appear in chat. Someone can read out the nursery rhyme. It's a whisper to every player. Apparently, oh, it's if I wanted to show it to only some people. That would have been.
I did see it. Yeah,
anal.
we all see it, I
retentive.
think.
Back in Lazia Dude took a break, did not light the lamp that day. This proved to be a big mistake, for then the ghost came out to play. Hazy mist and moon of blood, all because he just gave up.
That's the nursery rhyme.
So the eternal lantern has to be lit all the time. Is that the message?
Yeah, or else apparently the ghosts come out to play.
Hazy
And-
mist and moon of blood.
I'm trying to think of an interesting name to call a ghost, not a ghost.
Spook, spirit.
Well, that one
specter.
says address them in a friendly way.
Okay.
Friendly greetings, if you must.
Roadside visitors.
Wait, does this mean that someone turned the lantern out? That it's not lit anymore?
Sounds that way.
When
We need to get
I
back to Willow
went
Shore.
up to look at Willow Shore, I didn't see
Okay.
any fires, so
I mean, well,
I couldn't see anything wrong with the town, but we were still very far ways out.
someone
Right.
also could have just been, well, lazy and didn't keep it lit.
We can figure that out
Well,
once
that
we're
doesn't-
back in town.
Isn't the lantern just supposed to be on all the time on its own?
I believe it is a magical artifact.
Right. It's one of the ones that can burn without heat,
Right.
fuel.
We can get to town and figure out what's going on with it.
Okay.
This feels strange.
Okay. Well, up ahead, after crossing the bridge over the Douye River, you arrive at the eastern entrance to Willow Shore. I am doing something on my end.
This like the Silent Hill version of Willow Shore.
Okay.
Does anyone have a lantern on them?
That's a
I
great
have torches.
maybe we should light a torch.
I've got a torch as well.
I mean, yes, torch.
Yeah. Hyro has a torch. We'll offer it to anyone.
I also have the light spell, but I don't know
I
if
too have a
qualifies.
torch.
Okay.
I think anyone who took an adventurers pack has a torch. 5 of them. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
If we're gonna
Should
light
we
a
all
torch,
light a torch?
Well, yeah, there's that question.
Okay. Well, here on the eastern edge of Willow Shore, there is a stone statue of a giant spider that was gifted to the town. There's a whole history. I think it's in your player's guide. And
if you just double click W30, it'll pull it up.
oh, you guys are able to read it?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Well, it was always
That's
called
awesome.
Ugly Cute by the villagers.
Ugly cute.
Yeah. And it usually holds a lantern. When you arrive here, you see that the statue is missing, with only an empty shrine left behind. The lantern, once held in the spider's fangs, now lies extinguished on its side in the grass below.
Well, I think we should probably light it.
Yeah, that's definitely not correct.
Your adventurer's pack, I believe, does not have oil.
No, it only has torches.
Correct.
don't
So
think
it has
anyone
no oil in it either?
Yeah, it's an oil lantern.
Considering that this place was a shrine that, was here specifically to hold this lantern, can I look for anywhere around it that might have, like, extra oil or an extra lantern?
Sure. I'll give you a secret.
So
perception
we
check.
have flint and steel in our pack. So if we could go to like one of the woods and get a bit of kindling, we could make a fire that could possibly be, I don't know, thrown into the lantern or whatever. But I guess it needs oil, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't
You
last
said
long.
specifically a secret perception check?
Yeah.
While Ryder's doing that, Hyro's kind of going to go up to the thing, the podium where the statue should be, and pick up the lantern. At least try to clean it up and put it back on its podium.
Okay. All right. It would kind of sit in the middle of the shrine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, it's better than being on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Arata, you see that there's no evidence that it was dislodged or chiseled out, the statue. But you do see you don't see any sign of a lamp, but you do notice, or oil, but you do see large furrows scarring the ground surrounding it. About the, possibly the path of a large creature.
Can I investigate the tracks?
Sure. This is a survival check. Lots of secret checks,
will.
I was realizing
That's
when
fine.
running the first group.
Sure. Now that's track, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Rolling. It says public roll, so I'm
I
making
think
it
it's a
blind.
public roll. Am I wrong?
Oh, I'll leave it blind.
Is track
I'll leave it
public?
public. I'm just gonna click on the chat and it'll tell us. I'm gonna. It doesn't say secret, does it?
No.
All
Yeah,
right.
there's no
I
critical.
will just. Roll.
The critical failure effect is obvious. Okay. Well, these tracks are consistent with the statue, a giant spider walking away from the
Great.
shrine. They lead.
So is
Giant
the
spider.
actually missing?
They lead towards the river and enter the river.
All right. I am gonna immediately hunt prey on that spider based on the tracks. I mean,
A wild goose chase. Or a wild spider chase.
Spider statue.
Right.
if you could just
no,
buy some
I think
oil and
it's
light
just-
it.
At the very least, we should leave like a torch here burning, because that's, what, 2 hours? Better than nothing. I'll use one of mine.
I was outside. No, but Hiro will happily.
The statue itself is missing, so I don't know if there being a light here will help.
Well, there's supposed to be a lantern here, and bad things happen when they're not. And the statue walking away is definitely a bad thing happening. So
I mean, even then, at least it gives people a beacon to follow if they're lost in the mists.
Due to Tajiri's connection to spirits, does he know if the statue had an actual guardian spirit in it or not?
Yeah, when it comes to torches, Hiro's happy to give torches up. I only have torches because the adventure pack gave them to me. Hiro is one of the 2 lucky ancestries that has perfect dark vision.
The answer is yes to Tajiri. However, I don't know if he would have told everybody.
So
also, isn't it not unusual? Am I right?
Certainly not. It's not unusual. Like there are guardian spirits everywhere.
Yeah.
That's kind of the entire point of the Animist. Is they're everywhere.
Yes. Okay.
So,
let's continue into town and figure out what's going on.
It is unusual if there's anything you don't know why it would leave.
Yeah.
Right, because the whole point of a guardian spirit is that it's there to guard. So if it left, it saw something we needed to guard against. Maybe?
Who knows?
But either way, I'm not following it into the water.
Nope.
Maybe it ran away.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, with the means at your disposal, there's no...
No.
Yeah, there's no tracking it. Okay. Well, proceed.
Yeah, proceed on down the road.
Oh, question I forgot to ask after combat. Ron, what's your ruling with arrows? Can I just re-pick up my arrows?
I don't track arrows.
Okay.
Same for crossbow bolts, right?
Yes. No, I hate crossbow bolts. You have to track. No, I don't track. I track that you buy them, but usually by the time you're earning like 10 gold by level 2 or 15 gold, it's like insignificant by that point.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
I just make sure you purchase them. That's all.
I once had a character who only had 3 strength, a different system, but they only had like 15 pounds of carry weight.
Oh, wow.
So we had to track arrows because they were significant enough that he might not have enough to carry.
Oh, wow.
And that's the only time it's ever been like interesting.
Oh, okay.
And similarly, one D&D game that I DM'd, there was one session where it was really worthwhile to track encumbrance because a character just did not want to pay 1 gold piece for the butcher to cut up a cow, so he paid 1 silver piece for the whole cow carcass, and then lots of shenanigans happened, including rolling ones and like damage and carrying birds. It was a hilarious mess for an hour of real-time play.
I will say this though, if you're a GM and you ever run archers who are like fighting from a perch, they can run out of arrows usually. Sometimes depends. So it happened during my Martials v Casters experiment, way back early in the history of my channel. All right, you proceed west towards the eastern watchtower. It's about a mile west, and the tang of blood fills the air. There are 4 bodies lie sprawled on the ground. 2 belong to town guards. Their legs are swollen, and their faces have an expression of pain frozen on their faces. The other 2 bodies appear to be tiny blue-gray humanoids with sharp teeth and giant ears, seemingly slain by sword blows.
Sword blows.
Any idea what? Well, my first thing would be to try and figure out what these tiny blue humanoids are.
Yeah. Well, someone with society or nature can do a blind D20 roll for me.
Yeah. I was trained in society. Do I need an actual society roll or just a blind just D20?
Oh, you can you could do the skill. Sure.
I will also make a nature check
Okay.
to try to identify these.
Surprisingly, the ranger is not the best at nature, so I'll leave others to do it.
All right. Okay.
I'm actually decent at nature, so I can do it if another one is wanted.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. I'm surprised you didn't scoot your strength over to wisdom when she went crossbow.
Yeah, I think I didn't want to assume that I would say crossbow forever. There were several reasons, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yui believes that these are that these are gremlins, specifically Jinkins. Jinkins are sadistic tinkers who like to sabotage items and steal. They are mischievous.
That might explain the lanterns.
Yeah. They
Someone took
also
'em
are
down, which
quite
is good.
evil. They like to torture.
Oh, love it.
In their traps that they devise.
I would like to do a medicine check to see how exactly these died.
Okay.
The guards.
Who? The guards?
The guards.
Yeah.
So is this hidden check or is this open?
Blind.
Blind? Okay.
Yep. I don't think I've asked for a single open. I've asked for some. Okay. Well, you critically succeed, and you are certain that, that the puncture wounds on their legs show that they were poisoned by snakes, giant snakes.
So I
And-
guess it's they partnered with poisonous snakes.
Yeah, and Tajiri, since you were also actually Toshua, you were searching. You find two giant vipers, dead vipers in the area, in the grass.
Wow.
Everything's giant.
So
Let me double check
everything's
that they're
dying.
giant. I don't think they're giant. They're tiny.
There you go.
There you go.
They're just giant for their type of for their size.
Is there
I don't think they're giant
Any-
snakes. They have the
They're
tiny
just regular.
Pathfinder size. Arata, what were you saying?
is there anything I could do like an immediate right? What would hold on, trying to phrase this idea. I'd like
Like a
to take the
funeral
bodies and make them a bit more presentable, more respectful. Take them off to the side and put the crossed
Sure.
arm position or whatever would be culturally appropriate.
All right. Hey,
There's-
are you our exemplar?
Yes.
Oh my god. I forgot to give you a hero point for your moment of awesomeness, and I'm now giving you another hero point. There is
Yeah,
what you're
regardless.
doing seems to have anyway, someone seems to have been hiding in the watchtower and says, "Hello? You look like people I know in Willow Shore."
Yes, we are.
She
we are
seems
locals.
shaken.
We were
What-
the
what happened?
we were the abductees at the festival yesterday.
Yes, I know. I saw you abducted. though I was afraid I was seeing things. What? And then she stops herself. What are the 8 ways of Willowshore? The 8 practices. And you already answered that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and once she hears that, she calms down.
As
She comes down from the tower and tells you her name is Hayerha.
you said you couldn't believe it, but was it not according to we were?
Well, strange things are happening. She tells you
Yes.
that
We can
she
see
remembers
that.
everything was normal last night in the festival. You were taken away, and the people with the ghostly paper masks carried you out into the woods. And they returned a short time later, and that's when her watch started here at the tower. And it was sometime after midnight, perhaps 2 in the morning, she thinks that those horrible little blue monsters came out of the woods. She points to the south. With their trained serpents, she says. They were, and then she looks at the dead guards and says they were on duty with her. And they managed to defeat them. But they died to the poison. She's remained here and she's been keeping an eye out. She rang the bell at that time, the warning bell. Her story is kind of, she's very upset. She's having trouble relating it to you.
It's okay.
And then the fog, that she saw the fog descend on Willowshore this morning. She said during the night, too, that there were screams and roars and other frightening sounds coming from the town, from more than one place. But there hasn't been noises since dawn.
Was your bell the only one that rang, or was there any other guard towers? No.
She heard one of the other tower bells ring. Actually, yeah, another one. But there soon were screams after that.
Before or after you rang?
After.
Okay.
Did you see?
I'm not sure if it's listed in there recently after you rang, or the gap between you ringing and the other tower rang.
It was perhaps a minute. They would have come to my aid, but no one came. Perhaps
Because they were busy.
they were also attacked. Perhaps.
Tower, using a little bit of the extra warfare lore stuff, possibly a combined attack. Once one bell was rung, they decide to push in because cover's been blown. Might as well commit.
That would make sense.
Did you see what happened to Ugly Cute?
What happened?
Get up and walk.
Gone.
There
are giant spider tracks going into the river, and the shrine is gone.
This is all strange. We must tell Granny Who and Old Matsuki.
Granny who?
She is one of the she's the acknowledged leader of Northridge.
Right.
And she tells you that her duty is at her post and to signal the bell if something else approaches. She tells you that she has a child and a husband, and she asks if you're headed into town.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
She hopes
We'll
that
keep an eye out for them.
if it's not too much to ask, she says that her well, hold on. Her daughter is with Granny Who. Granny Who is babysitting her, And her husband, she hopes he's fine, and he would probably be at the Mitsuki estate right now. Where, as you know, people are supposed to gather there if there's if something befalls the town.
Yes.
People on South Shore.
We will check on them, and if we find them, we will let them know that you are safe.
She thanks you.
If something comes out after us, ring that bell and we'll come back to help you.
She thanks you. She
Would we know if there's like a bell over by the Mitsuki Estates or where grandmother is?
There is not.
Okay. I was just thinking, like, how are we going to let her know we made it and found them if they're safe?
There isn't a clear signal in a clear way.
Okay.
You have to return,
Okay.
deliver the news. She goes up. I have some things for you, to help you, since it does seem like it's dangerous out there, and you seem well prepared. She goes upstairs and returns with. Well, can I put this on the map? Yes, I can.
Da-na-na-na.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh.
So one of those I think is going to I think would be better on the Ranger than me.
I can take the crossbow bow, sure.
Hey,
It's only
oil.
one though. The ammunition. Okay, so the ammunition is removable and reusable. Is that how I'm reading that?
I doubt it's reusable.
It says consumable.
yeah.
It's confusing. Okay, a creature can remove the ammunition with an interact action, but the ammunition itself continues to glow for the rest of the duration or until destroyed.
Okay.
That's confusing though.
So it has a duration of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so it's only okay. I see. So
you-
the removable doesn't make it reusable. It just removes it from the thing it's targeting.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess theoretically
Okay.
you
You could shoot it again in the 10 minutes.
You could run, grab it, shoot it again, but that's like at that point you're running into combat.
Right.
Or like run to try to aggro the next combat.
Okay. I will take it. I'm just having trouble with my sheet, but I'll get
Yeah, we
I'll
got
get
a
it there.
crossbow user in this group.
Did somebody
Who
just put an oil?
Other-
Somebody put oil there, or was it already there?
I think someone put oil in there.
I
Or
put
we-
it there because it should
Nice.
have been there.
Okay.
Well, we could use some oil then.
Yeah, this is my feedback for the module makers.
Yeah. Somebody should take the oil. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
me. I took the other
Pyro,
thing. Yeah.
Pyro will take the hair of the oil. Which, kind of
Okay.
looking at it, do we want to go back and light the spider gate?
I think that's.
I mean,
a
to
good
be
idea.
honest, we would have bought the oil if it hadn't been in the pack anyway. So
So, who? I mean, it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter who takes
Yeah.
the ladder, instant ladder.
I'll hang on to it then.
That's basically what it is. It's just
Yeah, it's the letter.
boom, it's a ladder now, and I love it because it says in there, it's there forever now. Now you just have a 20-foot ladder. Congratulations.
Yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
save that for when we need a ladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, but with the oil, Howard will definitely thank her. Yeah, we will make sure to find your husband and find your kid.
Mhm.
We'll try to come back and report in if we find them. We're most likely probably heading to the estate first
Okay.
because I think that's where.
Where
Look
You
at-
also have
Uh,
some homes
there's a
that have some items and family. to
homes,
check
but
in.
also like we do have a child with us, so Hire would think the building with the big defensive walls is the best place to put a kid in like a very
Yes.
dangerous
And that
situation.
state is over.
Oh, absolutely. He's not. Yeah, that's also what Tajiri, which obviously you're going to ask Tajiri's opinion about this, right?
Of
Tajiri's
course.
the father of the
Surely.
child, of said
Eh,
child,
Of course.
and he's
Yeah,
going
I
to
mean,
say, yes, our house is
Natsuki's-
closer, but our house isn't as secure. So,
well, Hyro, you could tell because I'm assuming you have a decent perception. Hyro is looking out for the kid. Hyro is horrible at talking.
So the just to make sure I'm following here, the two places we need to go, W6, the Matsuki estate, right?
Mhm.
And the other one to check on
Would
Granny
be-
Wu.
I know where she is, Granny Who. W21.
W21. Always. Okay.
Oh, perfect. My house is like 100 feet away from that.
Oh, cool.
Because I was about to bring it up, like, Blossoms, she's down with this plan, but she needs to check on the family that she's honor bound to
Right.
protect.
Yeah.
And
Go
Granny
home.
Who is, like, right there. Right.
Yeah, and Arata also right next to the estates there, so he'd want to
Perfect.
Okay.
double check, make sure his grandma is okay.
I'm gonna circle these homes that you guys have all marked. That's 4. Okay. Who did I miss? There's a sixth
My
person I
token is
missed.
not quite in the right spot here.
Did you
I'm
circle-
looking at the corner?
Did you circle mine?
Uh-oh.
Hyro's down in W12.
This
So yeah, that house that the circle was around, that is Blossom's house. I just moved the token.
I don't
so
know
you can
who's.
see.
Okay, so who else should I circle?
Well, have you circled me?
Who are you? Who's
Joshua?
talking?
Toshwa. Yeah,
All right.
I know, learning voices. Yeah.
I did, but I had to backtrack.
Sure.
The wonders of Control Z.
It would be around there, I think.
There we go. Yay!
Yeah.
All right. Who else?
Where Blossom is, she's right on top of her house.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect.
Ah. Excellent.
I mean,
Hyro.
it's the little tiny shack here.
Okay. All right. That's 6. I think. Except Blossoms. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right here. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Where next?
That's a great question. We're here.
I mean, we have oil. Do we want to double back and get the gate? Spider gate?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
yeah, let's do that first.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Okay. All right. You're able to light the oil light the lantern without issue. And yeah.
Nothing obvious happens now.
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing that you notice.
All right. So the fog is still there.
Yeah.
All right.
You did get XP though.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
It's still probably worth doing whether we get XP or not, but hey, yay XP.
the
Yeah.
fact that the funny thing about
Hey, we're
knowing
racing.
that Ron,
We can compete with the other party for how much XP
oh,
you guys
That's,
get.
uh,
You're ahead
kinda
of them
what I
right now.
that's kind of what I was about to
Nice.
say. The funny thing about that Ron has to run another game, and technically they're a session ahead of us, is when Ron has to say, "Let me look in the book." It probably means they didn't do it.
Ah, yes, of course.
Mhm.
Of course.
Well, we'll catch up on sessions because I think we have next week scheduled since we just shifted this week and not every week.
Yeah, but they
So,
yeah. They meet this Sunday, so whatever.
Yeah.
okay.
We'll
Okay.
we'll remain a session behind. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
But after that, I guess we start heading towards
Tajiri's house.
Tajiri's
All right,
house.
Tajiri's house. To Tajiri's house we go.
We don't necessarily need to go to Tajiri's house. The only thing I've got is a chunk of cold iron.
What?
That's only useful.
point.
That's only useful if we're going to be doing crafting, which I don't think right now is the time.
Oh, and you already have your
Yeah.
family with you. All right.
I
So
mean,
we wave to Tajiri's house.
we did figure out the little gremlins are Fey, right?
That is true, but we
But we
it
can't do
takes
anything
time to
with it right
craft.
now.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
are we gonna
Yeah.
do? Throw
you
the chunk
can
of cold iron
still
at them?
just
You can
hit
throw
someone
it at
over the head with it. It's a
I was
chunk
also
of
gonna
gray.
say,
Yes.
I don't know what spells you have prepared, but needle darts.
I don't have needle darts prepared.
Oh, okay.
You could give it to me and I can beat them over the head with a rock, but
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah, we can just pass it
Your,
back
your,
and
cold,
forth.
your
and-
cold iron's very popular, Tajiri.
Gotta get real warm.
If Tajiri doesn't feel like going to their house just yet, Haro
Okay.
will jump up. Like I have
Hyro's
some,
house.
I have some healing supplies and my repair kits still at the house.
Okay. Are we skipping Tajiri's house?
Yeah.
All
think
right.
so, yeah.
Looks like it.
But we're going to Hyro's house.
Mhm.
And Megan, she's been super. She's here again. But all right, we're going to Hyro's house.
House, if you want to call it that. It's more of a shack, and like where
Hyro's
there would,
hovel.
wherever there's like where a draft would come through, they probably like put metal or something in the way.
Describe
It's like
your
a
house,
tin
Hyro.
shack.
The most noticeable thing is outside, like in the front, is a little box that people can put that says leave items with a note and it will be fixed.
Okay. Well, you hear
Oh no.
similar, almost like whispers, almost like voices saying words. And as you approach the door, spiders crawl out along the edges, along the door jambs, and approach you.
That's horrifying.
They're swarming all over you. In fact, we are
I
gonna.
draw my weapons. Yeah, my weapon.
Yep. Here we go.
All right.
So the exploration act, like scouting that I did earlier, is that still in effect?
Yeah. So
Okay.
what I do, what's simpler usually is I just adjust the creatures. Oh, she's looking straight in my eyes. Make it so cute. I don't know if you can see her right. Oh, okay. But rolling initiative.
All right.
Okay.
Just roll. You know, if somebody has the scout exploration activity in the party sheet, then it automatically adds one to everyone's initiative for us. If it's in the sheet. Oh wow.
Oh, if it's
That's
in the
funny.
sheet? Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
It
think
has it automatically in that
I
case.
accidentally rolled that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
rolled that as a blind one, but it's still
So like
Wait.
kind of like how four of us
But I
have
clicked on public
our
roll.
activities
Why was
there.
that
Yeah.
blind?
All right. I imagine the rest of the party was standing back. You weren't all good friends. It was his house. So this
Their
swarm
house.
is like in.
Yeah, he's
um,
probably up there by himself.
Yeah.
there's
All right. We're gonna start with Tajiri.
Okay. How far away is it?
Let's say 20 feet away.
Perfect. Earth spell.
Wait, they're
Ah.
sharing his space.
Good.
Wait, hold on.
House
I can
and
position
Hyro.
it so that it's hitting like part of the swarm, but not the part of the swarm.
Yes, you can,
Yeah.
because it's 10 by 10.
That... All right.
Is it still on his
So-
house?
That'll be.
It's It can not include the house.
That'll
Alright.
be
All right, it's gonna make a saving throw. Reflex. Okay, it succeeds, but it has a weakness to area damage.
Okay, so that means it takes 1 plus its weakness.
Yep, it does.
And it succeeded, so no persist. Okay. And that was 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will follow that up with a.
Kidding.
Why not keep up with the fire? Let's do an ignition. And
Is that a misprint, Onyx? To make Earth Spire
What?
1 action?
No,
No.
all the Animus focus spells are 1 action.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yep. It's actually one of the. It's got one of the more fun versions of polymorph as one of them because it only takes 1 action to cast, and you polymorph into an animal, and then every turn after that you have to spend an action to keep it up, but each time you sustain it, you can choose a new form.
The thing is, on like they are 1 action, but the counterpoint to the fact that is, Animus really, unless you're a liturgist, you really have no easy way to sustain focus spells. You just have to spend a raw action to sustain.
Yes, that is true.
And 2, even though you can get a lot of focus points as an Animus, they never get the feat to recharge multiple at one go.
Okay.
So if they burn through all 3, they have to spend 30 minutes to get them all back.
Okay, that is a hit by Tajiri. Okay, 5 fire damage. Alright. Much of the swarm has been dealt with already, and it's scattering. And here, there are screams coming from the spiders.
Of course there are.
Why wouldn't there be?
Why are things talking that shouldn't be talking?
I have a feeling the spider's gonna. Oh wow, spider rolled bad because I'm like, man, the difference between Tajiri's initiative and everyone else's. I'm like, man, that spider rolled bad.
I got a 20.
I'd accept a spider
might have
swarm
the highest
talking if it
defense.
was just talking. It's the talking and attacking. Like, pick a lane. You want a conversation or you want food.
Harold getting jumped by this is not too keen, and we'll try to like get off me and try to stab it with their techo.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right, you get a good amount. You get a lot of spider material in your Tekokage swoop.
I have no strength.
Oh
but
wait, we're not. Oh, it's not double dice. Actually, roll another d4 because
okay.
that's my usual rule.
Oop.
Okay, so that's 3 damage. And what's the damage type?
It is slashing.
Oh, it resists all of it.
Okay.
Oh no.
And
I'm
then
crit.
Arrow will kind of jump back
Mm-hmm.
and like stride back, and then
Our first crit of the campaign.
yeah, on a not a good
Yeah,
thing,
it is.
and then
Completely resisted.
we'll just seeing it. The swarm does look like it's starting to get cleared out, right?
Yeah.
Kind of was like, I think it's getting weak. If anyone wants to get the glory for it, then I'll
The glory for
form.
a swarm of spiders.
All right, you're telling them all to go forward.
Yep.
I mean, sure.
I mean, we have someone that's a destined hero, so it's
yeah,
like
I will absolutely go up.
Standing back, it makes more sense for me. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Can you
next is
flank a swarm of spiders?
I don't think you can.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna say 2 people can be adjacent to it. Well, actually, you can enter its square too, so you can do that
Yeah.
too. That's an option. So 4 can be in melee range. All right,
think
when you're
only
done, Hyro,
Oh,
yeah,
yep,
just
shit,
enter.
damn.
Okay, Blossom's falling.
I think only me and Arata are gonna be. We're gonna be the only people who ever want to be in melee.
Oh, okay.
Hyro is fine jumping in, but it's not their preferred
Okay.
spot.
All right. So, is this the kind of thing where I think, like, stomping on them might be more effective rather than using my sword?
Whoops. Ignore that. But, that's a knowledge check.
That sure is a knowledge check. Would it be nature?
I'm not going to require a specific skill. Just roll a d20, and I'm going to look at my...
Oh.
You know, the way
Sure.
I run Recall Knowledge, you don't have to declare the skill.
Oh, I see. Okay. There you go.
Oh. You do think that your foot will be more effective than a Tekokage.
Okay. I will begin stomping on them. Like a hero.
Are you, like, jumping up and down?
Yeah, exactly. So here's an unarmed attack. And so they're not, you can't flank them, right?
You could, but I don't think
Good.
enough
Okay.
people... I saw how you ran up to it. I don't think you guys...
I could have sudden charged into position.
I don't think there's...
I don't know.
I think half of it's outside the door. You need to kind
Okay.
of be...
Oh, you'd have to go inside, yeah.
I'd have
I
to
just-
open the door to get to the other side of the swarm of spiders.
So I've already got here, so I've got 3 actions.
Unless you have that
Bonus-
feat that lets you bust through a door. While
Great
charging.
Stomp.
Oh god!
Oh, that was made
Oh, wow.
secretly, but it's obviously a critical.
Yeah. This is... I'm gonna reveal it to the... Hey, it's not letting me reveal it. But it's a total of 28.
Wow. Okay, I critically stomped,
Okay.
and so I just hit the critical button.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. 13. It resists 2 of that, but it is a destroyed swarm.
I just turn
Nice.
it into paste, spider paste.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that ends that encounter.
Start scraping the bottom of my sandals off on the ground.
I just realized, Hyro, that this kind of has the appearance that you don't clean your house very much.
Walked up, attacked by a swarm of spiders. I was like, those are always there.
Is he cleaning everything else that's brought to his home?
Yeah, no, Hyro,
Down.
after seeing that bust through, Hyro kind of opened the door slowly to peek to see if there's anything more.
There aren't. I mean, there's like a spider here and there, but
Nothing that can pose
Yeah.
a threat.
yeah.
They kind of... well, thankfully, those normally aren't there. I mean, there's a couple bugs here and there, but when you live in a house like this, there's not, you get that. Power kind of goes in. Anyone that peeks in will definitely see. It's a weird hodgepodge of ordered and disorganized.
Mm-hmm.
Very much one of those, if you're in Hyro's head, you'd understand the organization.
Yes.
But if you're not in
I-
their head, it makes no sense.
Is he kind of
Yeah.
a hoarder?
They're not a hoarder per se, but there is definitely a lot of stuff in there with notes next to them saying
Ah.
oh, it's for this person's house, that person's house.
All right. And what did they retrieve?
They are retrieving the healer's kit or the
Repair kit?
two minor healing potions
Hmm.
and the common adventuring item,
Ah, okay.
which will be a repair kit.
Okay. Well, we hit our 3 hours, and
Okay.
I think it's
Great.
time to break. You guys wanted to head to the Mitsuki Estate, is that right?
I would like to go to the Dawnster Bridge first,
Oh, okay.
if you guys don't mind.
That's where the
I
Eternal
want to
Lantern
check on the
is.
Eternal Lantern. Yes.
Oh,
Good idea.
Yeah, definitely a good spot to do that. And also, while we're doing that, I think we wanted to check out the houses around. My house is
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a
way,
couple other
so
people's
you know.
houses we can stop.
Yeah, my house is near W3 as well, beyond the Mitsuki estate.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the XP that you have Oh, let me do a little math. Da-da-da-da.
Nobody took any damage.
Well, the bird.
The bird
Well,
definitely did.
Yes, the bird took some damage.
I also gained 3 hero points this session, which is
Yeah.
really
Alright.
great for me.
You guys have 140 XP.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So I hope our viewers enjoyed it. I never have more than it's very rare when I have more than 10 people live. But what usually happens is a lot of people watch the VOD, and
Right.
the season 1 of the other group who have 300 people total. Anyway, but we will continue. It looks like next week, 5 o'clock Pacific.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream right now. Okay, goodbye, chat. Say goodbye.
Hi.
All right.
Right,
Yeah, and ask you guys any thoughts about how it went, any feedback, and anything you want to say to each other or me.